What is going on, everybody, and welcome here to the NA 2v2 Brawl at the Beach. I am Scriv. I'm going to be joined as well by my good friend Daiku. And I don't know about you, man, but I am super excited for today.
You are not the only person. NA as a region, I've said it so many times, it is my favorite region. That's just how it works. And especially in 2v2, we have a lot of great matches coming up. And all of these matches are best of fives. We are looking for the most star-packed 2v2 tournament in these, I don't know, 2-day event tournaments, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's going to be pretty interesting. You know, we've got some really good names, and obviously with, like you say, these kind of 2-day tournaments, a little bit of a different vibe maybe. But ultimately they kind of have, you know, like, let's say some theory crafting going on. You maybe come with a bit of a different partner. You know, one that springs to mind immediately is Boomy and Cody Travis kind of pairing up, seeing how that's going to go for them. Obviously, we'll probably be touching on them a little bit later. I think the first game is going to be Tiffany and Parallel, up against Casey and the Penguin. So I'm kind of excited to see how this one's going to go. To be honest, I think the Penguin, for me, I remember watching, I think it was Mayhem of Ragnarok. He kind of really impressed me when I was casting that, looking really good on the Azoth, which is like a pick that's a little bit, you know, maybe out there, but is starting to kind of creep in a bit more because in twos, his SIGs are just so strong.
Oh, yeah. So I think it's interesting that you mentioned Penguin because he was playing Azoth, and then he's like, at the end, he was like, you know what? My Vrax is also pretty strong. I'm going to swap back to it. So he's been dabbling back and forth there. But I think on the other hand, Tiffany yesterday played probably one of her best 2v2 games I've ever seen her play in like close to her entire career. She truly played out of her mind. So I wonder if that's going to be transferred over to this day, considering it's the second day now. Will she be able to have that same energy coming out there, you know, with the Ragnar, with the Flames, with the podium, and all ready and set to go? So I don't know about you, Scriv, but this is going to be an interesting match.
Yeah, I definitely think so, and we're seeing a little bit as the kind of character selector coming in. I think we're starting to, you know, maybe get into the game pretty soon. It does look that way. Okay, cool. We're going into the vetoes and everything, but we're seeing, as I'm sure you and I both know, you know, kind of coming from that EU scene, we are seeing the axe creeping a lot more into NA 2v2s. Yes. It's been like a staple of EU 2v2s. Everybody's running axe, you know, double Ragnars, double Brins, you know, or a mixture of that. And then maybe if it stops working, they'll swap on something else. But it seems to now also have become a bit of a staple for NA. At least, you know, in some cases. There are some people, I think, you know, like Boomy, Sandstorm, kind of playing whatever they want. But ultimately, I think this is going to be maybe the beginning of what we see for the rest of the day. Just the axes in full flow, to be honest.
Yep. And we are here with the first match of the day, starting on loser's side. And both players just trying to go for weapons. Both teams have their own weapons as well. So far, it's going left and right.
A lot of damage coming in early here, to be honest. I mean, they're kind of splitting into the two 1v1s.
Yep.
Something that's maybe a little dangerous. Got to watch out that you don't get caught out. That ground pound coming in on the bow. And Parallel is without a weapon for quite a while here as well. Bit of team damage coming in. It's an extremely messy start on these axes. Not quite the first stock going to come through, but a hell of a lot of damage being traded on. I mean, anyone at this point, what is that? That is nasty from Tiffany and Parallel, and still not the first stock coming in yet. I mean, what is going on?
No one's dying yet. I don't get it. Hits are going left and right as we say that. Both Parallel and Tiffany are taken out. Quicksiders from both players. That will be it. And as we say that, Parallel comes back, class back. You know what? Just recover him all the way to the top. Why not?
Yeah, Penguin has kind of taken little damage. He keeps getting recovered every time he's coming down. Parallel is sending him back up, but has yet to go down. And in a game like this, where I suppose there's so much damage, the fact that he hangs on to that third stock for so long could be really helpful towards his team. But I mean, we'll see. These Katars, I think this is why, you know, Ragnar is here 3 times. The Katars are so good at the moment.
Oh, yes.
And then axes in twos, you know, are brilliant, so chunky, great damage. As we are seeing the SIGs that Ragnar's got available, he's a really, really popular pick, again, in EU at the moment, and NA are kind of proving why maybe he should become just a strong pick all across the world, really.
And the red team coming back, though. Although they lost their stocks early on, they are the ones in the lead now. Tiffany is starting to rack it up again, just like we saw yesterday, hitting these axe attacks. And you do mention that Ragnar signatures. We do discuss it often. Will Ragnar be as powerful as he is if we're waiting for his super strong axe signatures? I don't think so, and that is exactly one of the reasons why you see so much of it. I would say that Casey and Tiffany off stage, fighting it off. Casey managed to get the KO on Tiffany. Penguin on the other side with the weapon toss kills Parallel. We have the blue team being in the lead, although Casey can be taken out.
Yeah, that's very true, actually. And now that he's alone, he's got to fight this 2v1. Manages to survive, but has taken a lot of damage deep into the red now. Without a weapon, side air comes in, and it's going to be Penguin all on his lonesome here. He's trying to get his hands onto this weapon, but is being denied at the moment. The axe is just swinging. I mean, there's so
many swings,
little room for him to maneuver, and he is just being denied this weapon. I feel like ultimately, surely, Daiku, this has got to be it going in favor of the red team. We'll see. He finally gets his hands onto the bow. It's something I normally call a bit of a meat grinder, really, is what's going on there. He's not having the best time.
And that's going to be it. So, interesting. Blue team did come out pretty strong. Tiffany as well with that 636 damage. She has definitely been bringing it both days so far. I didn't think she would have the exact same energy coming into this tournament set, but she proves me wrong. But as I said, blue team got the 2 early stocks, looked very solid for a moment, but they couldn't hold on to their stocks long enough. That is one of the few things in 2v2 where games get decided relatively early, because if you manage to take the first stock and you just hold on to it till the enemy gets to orange-red, the lead is just so big, especially in a game like 2v2 when any lead is very unforgiving.
Yeah, definitely interesting to see. I think there was kind of that key turning point when kind of the Penguin went out, lost his second stock, and then all of a sudden, Casey's in that 2 versus 1 took so much damage. But we'll see. Like you say, they got off to a good start. Maybe they can, convert a good start into a win here. But Tiffany, again, is looking so very good. Casey really kind of struggling here against this axe. Nice little catch coming in as well. So a few sigs landing for that blue team, but... Oh, Penguin, that could be the difference. That could be a big difference. Here. Weapon toss, not quite going to finish it off. Meanwhile, in the middle of the stage, of course, Tiffany going to find that first kill. And it will indeed be, again, Casey just falling behind.
Now, the Penguin has such a great start on that. That axe recovery. Penguin has such a good start on that bow gimp attempt. However, the down there just barely missed. It looked like it was about a hit, and that would have been one of the places to possibly secure them a better position. But as I say, that blue team so far, not in the absolute best position they could be, but the games are still relatively even.
Oh, could go either way. That recovery going to hit a teammate and an enemy. Nice catch, though, on the dash into the neutral sig from Tiffany. Casey going to get the 2-man side sig, though. And suddenly, the odds are back in favor of the blue team. As Tiffany goes out, as Parallel finds himself in the red. And is that going to be it? No, not quite. But the Penguin does eventually find it. And now we've got a bit of a black hole coming in, or at least an attempt at one. This is where they're looking to abuse Tiffany while she is on her own. Fair amount of damage coming in.
Oh! Tries to go down for the double dip on that axe down there. Barely misses, and that surely will be a punish. Casey, with that attempted play, not too necessary. Could have held on to the stock more instead of risking it off stage, as they were in the slight lead. However, the positions are now equalized for both teams. These games have been back and forth so far.
Oh my goodness, Parallel though, using the platforms brilliantly. We'll get kind of returned on a little bit there, but it's done so much damage onto Casey. Deep into the red now on the final stock for that blue Ragnar. Tiffany going to try and catch out with the neutral. Not going to happen. Axe recovery.
And Casey's out.
And Casey is out once again. I mean, the first to go out, Penguin is surely going to feel the burn in the 2v1. Loses yet another stock. And he's got to find 3. I mean, maybe doable. If he takes out Parallel quickly, it could be doable, but it's going to be tough. Again, being denied the weapon, it's really hard for him to find anything, really.
This is not the absolute worst position you could be in, because Parallel is damage enough. If he takes that Parallel, that is just a 1v1 at that point. However, finding that hit when he has a teammate just swinging around them is so hard.
Yeah, trying to get desperate. We see a bit of a break dance coming in. Sliding off the platform.
Sending him.
is it going to be enough? You know, that's really the question that we're asking. He's trying to get the catches here with the recoveries. Not going to happen. And good zoning. The issue with going for those, you know, recovery takedown attempts, it obviously uses your recovery, and he's not able to make it back up. So not looking too good for the Blues.
Had a bit of an unfortunate dodge at the end there, dodging backwards instead of either up or towards the wall to mix it up in some sort of way. However, that was looking grim regardless. It is now 2-0, but the thing about these games is that they are best of fives. Every single set today will be a best of five, and we have seen so many reverse sweeps in the Brawlhalla scene. At this point, I would not count anyone out. However, as we say that, the Penguin and Casey both swap legends. Now we have Penguin going back to the Rex, as I said. That's what happened yesterday. The Azov wasn't working as he wanted to, so he swapped to Rags. However, Casey going back to the first pick he was originally doing. Yesterday he was playing Asuri and not playing Ragnar, and now he starts out with Ragnar and then goes to Asuri instead.
Yeah, it's certainly interesting. Obviously, that Ragnar definitely not working out. We've obviously got the change of stage here onto the small mammoth fortress, so less platforms to work with, a hell of a lot more brawling, if you'll pardon the pun, going on. So we'll see. I mean, Casey is seemingly, you know, preferring these guitars for sure. Vrax, unfortunately, is the one that's taking the brunt of the damage at the moment. Again, it is the Reds who appear to be that one step ahead. The point in Dex for Vrax as well is certainly interesting. To me, kind of makes it seem like he is going to look to just go for a lot of SIGs, and he has done so far early on. Oh, narrowly missing out. The side air going to send him, and I don't think he's really got anything available, although he does manage to get back. But so low right now, this Vrax. He's got to be very careful not to get hit by anything.
Oh my! The Penguin actually is so good at utilizing weapon throws with his lance to get these 2-piece strings, and that's what he did. However, it doesn't matter because, you know, I mean, Parallel just comes out. He's like, all right, I'm gonna get a double kill. We're in the lead now. Deal with it.
Yeah, I mean, it was looking good for just a second, maybe, but kind of falling by the wayside, so to speak. Still definitely doable. Again, you know, Parallel being low, and they're going to take him out. We'll see here. Looking good as they try and isolate this 2v1, but Tiffany's doing so well against two of them, honestly. Takes very little
Tiffany's
damage.
Just getting a lot of damage. Down there into neutral sig. Left and right. Tiffany has been getting hits. Oh, Parallel with that friendly fire. Quite literally.
Not ideal, to be fair. And that kind of will send him out. And instead of chasing, though, they're definitely showing a lot of respect to Tiffany. A good catch comes in from her.
Nothing.
Oh my goodness, is this going to be the double? Is this going to be the double? I'm not so sure. I think Casey has survived, at least for now.
I was looking for it.
The inevitable, it seems. Oh, nice pickup coming in again. Tiffany looking so very clean on this Ragnar. We'll get bonked off the side. Trying to go for the reversal, though. And again, oh my God, Tiffany destroying Penguin with the weapon toss as well.
Casey with the save, no way.
Casey tries.
And Tiffany's dead.
A team kill? I don't know what's going on. I mean, an absolutely crazy turn of affairs, in all honesty. Like, just out of nowhere. Casey with the best save. The best kind of play that I think we've seen of the day. Definitely recovering things. I mean, if anything's going to spur you on, at least in this game, it is certainly a play like that. Still going to be tough. Parallel is on the two stocks, and they're both in the red. Not terribly deep into the red, but all the same, it's not great. Something incredible is going to have to come out here from the blue team. In case of getting knocked up, losing the weapon as well on that Azuri is going to be difficult, but a team kill coming in.
Oh my.
At least Tiffany makes up for it. Tries to go for the neutral. Not going to land. Penguin now, the 2v1. What has he got? Of course, going to be difficult for this Lance to make it back on. Okay,
Tiffany.
This is very aggressive from the Reds, though.
Still alive.
Seemingly not phased. Got to be careful here. I mean, he's surviving. He's making it look dicey.
And, is that it? No.
Tagged up. Ground pound coming in. Not going to land. Dodges the weapon toss. Really playing with fire here again. Quite literally, but walks straight into the neutral. And that will be that.
That was incredible. Okay. Tiffany, once again, a lot of damage. That was so strange. So what happened was Tiffany had this really, really cool gimp on the Penguin where she does a nair, down air, and then jumps up, ground pound, goes back, fades a weapon throw backwards. We think this is it. Casey had different plans, runs down there, hits the recovery, saves the penguin. Tiffany goes up, gets hit by Peril. Tiffany dies, and for some reason, they actually get out of that close to unscathed.
Yeah, I mean, for the way that it was going, and I mean, that can be the situation in a game for sure. If you're the individual, you know, pulling off that sixth string, you're like, right, I've done it, boys. Get the highlights going. You know, I've absolutely owned that guy, and then like the save comes in, and then you get team killed. Like, it's a difficult one to stomach, for sure. I think is definitely the vibe there. But ultimately, you know, not going to be phased, going to move through pretty swiftly. You know, easy 3-0 coming in, it would seem. I mean, it was kind of close within the games, but ultimately just that kind of one step ahead the whole time, that 1 or 2 stocks in the lead. Well, of course, we will be moving on pretty quickly, I believe. We've got Lil Capped, I'm going to guess, and I Throw, and then, of course, Hazen and Kosalix on the other side of things as well. I'm going to assume anyway, because we've got Bodvars.
Oh, yeah. No, you're 100% right about this. So what happened was yesterday we had Hazen in the winner's side just being complete big boy, like 700 damage, hitting left and right. Kosalix kind of slacking a bit. Then they went down to loser's side after losing. And what started happening is Kosalix was just hitting damage after damage and truly being the super, super good player that we normally see him as. On the other side, you have Lil Cap and Ithro, who is just this strange double Bolvar team, both using that big rig Bolvar, or as I like to call it, the left stick down Bolvar. And both teams kind of awkward pairings, in my opinion, but I just love him.
Yeah, I know. It's certainly interesting. They're definitely legend players, I suppose. Hazen, I guess, on the Thor is a little bit something that we saw a little bit in EU, actually, this kind of stock tank kind of thing. He's actually very, very hard to kill in certain situations, but we'll see. A lot of damage traded back and forth. It is Kosalix once again, who seems to be dishing out a hell of a lot more on that Scarlet, of course, the double side air coming in from Hazen. Gets one, not quite the second, but Lil Cap's not long for this world, will get taken out. Kosalix, I think, going to be able to survive. No. Ithro completely ignoring his teammate and just going straight down for the ground pound. And Hazen now, this is where it kind of comes into play, this Thor. I didn't quite catch whether he'd put the point into defense, but I would kind of imagine so. And like I say, he's just so hard to kill, even though he's in the red. He's so very tanky, and on these, you know, weapons, especially if he sits on that hammer for a while, he can just kind of bonk you down and not really commit to a fight. Just, you know, the odd attack here or there. His SIGs are relatively long range as well. So he can play fairly safe, and as we're seeing, you know, he's still surviving here. Meanwhile,
it's so hard.
You know, Ithro and Lil Cap are deep into the red in their second stock.
Now, the pick with Thor, it is one of those picks where you're like, hey, I'm probably not going to die, but I'm going to do a lot of damage to you all the time. And that is the entire idea of Thor as a character pick in 2v2 so far. That is the sole reason as to why Boomy started picking him. It has to do with the being able to survive while dealing a lot of damage type of thing, and without worrying too much about being precise. Because playing these lower defense legends and all that, if you mess up, you messed up. Now, Kosalix hasn't such a good lead, though.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, you know, again, this Thor, he's only just gone into the orange, so going to take a fair amount of damage.
Hasn't with that save,
combo, though. To be fair. Ooh, and I throw on the sword. Hitting some combos. Got to be careful off the edge against, of course, that recovery of the hammer, but playing with fire manages to survive a little bit here, and they've definitely turned the heat up on these swords. Now we're going to move back to just the one sword.
Kosalix.
Ithro definitely looking good.
Now, as I was saying how Blue Team was in such a comfortable lead, they did this crazy comeback where they just hit Kosalix left and right, kills Kosalix, puts a ton of damage onto Hazen, and now they're actually in a very good position. However, both Cap and Kosalix are in a position where they can die. Whoever dies first will probably be the one ending up losing the game. I
mean, maybe we'll see. It's going to be close.
What's going on?
Hammers.
Both teams comboing with the enemy's teammate.
I have no idea. And Hazen, you know, we were calling him the stock tank. He must have taken a hell of a lot of damage. Neutral Sig. Not quite going to deal with
Down Sig from Kosalix.
Down Sig
and
from Kosalix.
Hasn't there.
indeed, will be all that is required. But that was very, very close, considering, you know, Hazen especially had such a kind of strong lead in terms of the HP and whatnot. I would say maybe a bit too close. So there's definitely room here for Lil Captain and iThrow to come in and maybe, you know, win one back. Maybe give them a run for their money in this set.
I mean, we just saw a synchronized kill. And I think another thing that's interesting, Hazen actually takes a dex stance on Thor. He must be the only person I've seen so far that does that because it removes defense. One of the best things about Thor is taking that defense stance and going into 8 defense. However, he's like, I don't need those 2 points. I'm just going to go to 6.
Yeah, certainly interesting. But, you know, maybe it will change as the set goes on. We'll have to see. Same stage, same characters, same legends, of course. And I mean, that's kind of what we'd come to expect maybe from these two teams, for sure. Where, you know, you mentioned like Boomy and whatnot, definitely moving around, playing a lot of different things, trying to be versatile. This is a game full of people who are set in their ways, for sure. We'll see. I mean, it does seem the Reds, you know, the two Bodvars definitely looking good, definitely revitalized. And the first kill going to come in for, I believe it was Lil Capt. It's very confusing in terms of the names, and the only color difference is... Oh, okay, all right, enough about that. Nice little black hole, as Kosalix is going to take so much damage already into his second stock. Meanwhile, the Reds still only on the first stock, and I mean, surviving as well, a hell of a lot of hits. They are looking revitalized coming into the second game.
Man, I think this is a set where it can honestly go either way at any time. The thing about the red team is that they don't have the most synergy yet, but individually they play so well. And the thing is, they don't actually get in each other's way too much. The only thing is they don't play together as much as you preferably want them to do. However, once they get going, they are so scary, and that's what we see in this game. But as I say that, hasn't just been getting hits after hits and almost equalizing this game, if not getting the lead.
It's getting there, and it is just these little kind of differences, the one or two combos that land, certainly making the difference. However, Kosalix being kept off here will get a bit of a drop onto Lil Cap. They're going to move and try and take him down. Kosalix with this movement, looking for an opener, and he knows that kills. Unfortunately, going to get traded back, though, and iThrow has got the drop on Hazen, and this is the thing as well. He's kind of on his own, at least for a little bit. He's also without a weapon. So going to be very tough here. We'll eventually get back onto the hammer. We got 4 hammers in play, boys. The side 6 coming through. Oh, okay. I think Lil Cap might just have saved Hazen with that. I think he might just have saved him. We'll never really know.
Oh, that's going to be it. Dude, there's so many hammers in this game. I don't even know what's happening. All I hear is these thunk hits.
All right, well, Sword's going to come into play, and iThrow will take out Hazen, finally. We've really got to make use of the fact that each team has a player, you know, still in the white. Again, the next couple combos that land really going to make the difference, and the Sword, such a good 2v2 weapon. So fast, so kind of precise as well, and works very well together unless you hit your teammate. Sig's landing here, though, from Kosalix, of course, on that Scarlet with a great deal of damage. Looking to try and find the unarmed recovery. Not quite going to do so. Oh, the side air coming in. Not going to finish. He's going to go for another one. The down air, in fact, but that kind of helps Lil Capt out, if anything.
That's it.
Kosalix is going to go down, and it's all on
now,
to
this
Hazen.
is very doable. Hazen did this yesterday, and it would not surprise me if he does it again.
Maybe. It is possible. He's not. No one's getting hit right now. Dodging, trying his best to move in, but there it is. The neutral maybe is all that's required. Weapon tosses. Surely not. And a well-timed ground pound from iThrow will take him out. Again, so very close, but not quite close enough from the Blues.
Now, I am used to seeing iThrow actually miss those last hit crucial moments. He hits everything else, but usually he always misses those. So I was thinking there's a possible chance that Hazen can get it still. Did not happen. Dreams are made to be dreams, I guess. And we have 1-1. This is definitely a match.
Yeah, for sure. Certainly nice to see. And what we've got a little bit, I'm not quite sure whether maybe he's going for a legend change. I would certainly be surprised. No, he isn't.
Yep.
Not even a skin change, bro. So, I mean, must have, you know, been taking a bit of a drink or something like that. I think the only differences that we're going to be seeing in this game are the stages. And what they've done here on the blue team is they've left us with kind of the smallest stages in the game, as it were. I suppose Shipwreck Falls is a little longer than maybe Mammoth Fortress, but not quite as deep, let's say. So certainly going to be an interesting one. They opt to go for the Shipwrecked, of course, on that red team. So again, just full-on brawling, no platforms, you know, no kind of super long walls you can hide out on. They are looking to just play that kind of grounded game, because that's kind of where the sword, especially, I think, excels.
Now, both teams do like maps that are very grounded, as they have this zoning type of gameplay. I would usually say this map favors blue team just because of how much harder it's going to be to kill them versus how much easier it is for them to kill you once they take you off stage. But the thing is, Lil Cap and Ithro, oh, I just say that ground pound. Lil Cap and Ithro are one of the two players that would love a map like this, something where there's not many shenanigans going on, just raw, straight up gameplay on stage. And I say that the prophecy is getting true. They are in a pretty decent lead. However, any 2 hits will knock them out to equalize this game.
Yeah, for sure. I think definitely, you know, your point is they just like fighting. They just like the raw game. I think Lil Cap going to go out here, though, of course, gets zoned out. No, wait, that's Ithro. I'm working off the... Lil Cap had already gone out. They're really confusing us with these names, boys, of course. You got to hold tab in game, get the full names. Maybe that'll help me out, but... Oh, Koslik is off on the other end, and he's just returning the damage, and that will be it. Lil Cap, I mean, of course, you know, with those small walls on Shipwreck Falls, it's like you've got to have everything available. So, and ultimately, I think, you know, he would have been trying to get out of that string, of course, from Koslik, and it would have cost him a jump or maybe a recovery or something along those lines. So Koslik's definitely picking it up here, and Lil Cap's already into the orange in his final stock. Down goes Ithro, and Koslik's looking so good on this Lance. And I think he is definitely one of the players that, you know, can just come online out of nowhere, doesn't seem to care.
Sending everyone.
His teammate out. Actually killing his teammate.
Hits Cap, hits Ithro, almost kills Cap. This guy actually just straight up 1v3.
He's just seeing red. He's just seeing red. He's out for blood. Does not care what color skin you are.
Oh my.
Will eventually get his second stock taken off of him, but I feel like surely the damage is done. But Hazen has actually sponged quite a lot of damage. I think it should be okay. It should be okay. I throw now in the 1 versus 2. Doable on this sword, to be fair, but... Oh, not quite the recovery either. Just a bit of 6 spam coming in from both sides, really looking to end this one. Neutral will do it. And it's the blue team to take the lead in the set.
Now, that game wasn't going too bad for Red Team. Red Team were in such a good position until Koslik was like, you know what? I seen the new Aladdin. I'm going to take you on a magic carpet ride. Send you all the way to the right side. Straight up Gimps Lil Capped. And that was pretty much what actually put him in that super solid position. But let's say that we are 2-1 now for Hazen and Koslik versus Lil Cap and Ithro. Going into the next game, once again, on Mammoth Fortress.
Yeah, we'll see here. We'll see. I think this is certainly going to be interesting. Obviously, tournament life on the line for Lil Captain, Lil Ithro. Wow. So we will see what's the game plan for the red team. How are they going to get back into this? It's certainly, like you said earlier, been a game. It has been very close, very intense. Some really great moments. We're back onto the Mammoth Fortress.
So far, the team that has been leading at the start of the game has been the team to lose the match. So
that's true, actually.
That it's happened every single time. So at this point, I just feel like you should let them have the lead, and you'll probably win, just by, you know, game statistics for the set.
Maybe not too much of a lead though. I mean, it's a pretty heavy stock lead, to be fair. We'll eventually find the first. Koslik! That is something that he loves to do just all the time. Just kind of, you know, the backwards jump into a down sig, a neutral sig, you know, on the hammer or on the lance. Definitely one of the benefits. I think it's a little easier doing that on the controller, to be honest. But all the same,
possibly one of the best players at doing that slide charge off the ledge to get KOs. He has done it so much, and honestly found the way of doing it with edge guards. He's the only player in the game that possibly uses it as much as he does to get edge guards, and I really respect him for it.
Yeah, for sure. It looks hella clean. We love it. But unfortunately, it might not be enough. He's going to get taken out. Hazen is surely not long for this world either. Gets shot off to the side. They're going to look to black hole his teammate. He comes in to try and save the day, but he's without weapon. Lilcap maybe a questionable throw coming in from him, but it's all good.
These team combos,
regularly
man.
as well. They both are. They both are really good stuff. Kostelik, see you later. I don't even think really got his hands onto a weapon. Didn't really get a chance. Hazen going to follow pretty quickly, and now he's got 4 stocks to get through, all on his own. He might just be going to the final game by the looks of things.
This game went south so fast. Now, I said all they had to do was just lose the lead, but I didn't mean like, you know, actually just lose the game.
Yeah, maybe taking it a bit too far, a bit too much to one extreme. And there it is. The swords, of course. Beautiful black hole coming in. Great deal of damage. Another Sig landing.
Oh my! What is this dance?
Sound Sig, boys. Not gonna hit, but I mean it looks nice. And ultimately, Hazen just being thrown around all over the place. We'll get one.
It's the cider.
Is it going to be enough? I'm not so sure.
Not.
Oh, good spacing coming in from iThrow as well. And it will be 2-2. It'll be all even. So it comes down to the very final game here in our only the second game of the day. So, and I mean, there's some pretty big titans to be losing on either side, really. So definitely an interesting one.
Now, Kostelik wasn't able to do close to anything that match, and I can't even blame him. Every time he was trying to make something happen, he just barely got clipped by the side, and when he got clipped, he got hit by like 3 or 4 hits right after. So, can't blame it too much on him. Wonder I was going to go back to Shipwreck, the map that they just won on before this game. Possibly, maybe it's better. All I know is Kostelik really likes this map, and he's looking for more Magic Carpet rides without any return.
Well, trying their best to stay alive here. I mean, it's somewhat of a reverse sweep, I would say, from the red team. Talking of reversals.
Hasn't, though.
Hasn't going to get taken out. iThrow going to get the best of him. And again, now Kostelik finds himself alone. And this is where, you know, it becomes a bit difficult. Does manage to weather the storm, so to speak. And in all honesty, has taken very little damage. So, again, really coming online towards the early portions of this game. Looking to try and, you know, hold on to his first stock for as long as possible.
Down there.
But again, the team damage is forever deadly.
Now, this is what happened the other time they were playing with Shipwreck. They were losing the early game, and then they started coming back quite strongly, mainly because of how Kostelik was playing. And then once again, Kostelik's going out there, not afraid, knows that he has to get those to win the game. And so far, they're in the lead, although the start of the game was looking a bit rough.
Oh,
Kostelik, man, Lance hits. I'm getting tilted from these sounds.
I mean, for sure. They are going to find 2 very quick kills, though. That could really be the difference, really be the turning of the tide, so to speak. Trying to get these team combos going again. You know, as we've said, these swords work so very well together. And they're really, in some cases, giving us a bit of a masterclass on it. We'll see. Kostelik is still on his second stock, though. How is this going to go? I mean, it was difficult. I suppose you said, you know, Hazen was looking really good yesterday.
Yep.
Kind of dropped off. He's honestly not really come online at all. And we've questioned the decks in the Thor, you know, and maybe rightly so. But we'll see. Kostelik is looking to solo carry this one.
Hazen needs to just survive.
Pretty much,
Hazen needs to do is just survive. Any hit on him, and he can possibly die. Kostelik can do this as long as they take out one more person before. But Will hasn't been able to not take any hits. That weapon toss already sending him to the depths, man.
Oh, nice little reversal with the side air, though. That orb side air is pretty good for the quick spin around. Very, you know, few startup frames, to be honest. We'll see.
They're rushing Hazen.
Yeah, he's looking to try and find another one. Beautiful stuff. That might just be the kind of the difference that they need. Hazen's still alive, has heard your words. Needs to survive. Kostelik, though, got to be careful with the down air. I'm loving this from Hazen. He's using the neutral sig to recover because it's basically got the same kind of a range as the recovery itself. Oh, Lilcap maybe had a chance to take him out. I know, indeed. Kind of going for the down air. Oh, my goodness. Eventually picks it up, though, and Kostelik's without a weapon. looking close to the Reds. They are going to team combo him out. Weapon toss coming in. Another one, but it misses. Lilcat not quite going to land it. He's able to survive a little while longer. Again, though, without a weapon, we'll get his hands onto one. Cost him a bit more HP, however, and there it is. The D-Light into the recovery.
Wow.
That will do it. And I mean, it was messy, you know, and it was very back and forth, but the Reds just, you know, picked it up a bit more, I think, and hasn't definitely kind of not performing to that level we were expecting from him.
Capped did a downlight down air on Costlix, and before anything even happened, he falls down on Sayers Kazan right after. That quick decision making honestly was possibly the reason why they even won that game right there, because it was looking rough almost. Hazen was in just all they had to do was just hit Hazen one time, but he kept surviving. Costlix was coming back. Cap was being put into a really, really dangerous situation, but managed to get KO onto Hazen at the end, and that was that sealed their fate.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty tough series to be losing, and of course, you know, again, it is that lower bracket, so kind of surprising, I suppose, you know, these 2-day events type thing, making it to top 8, to be fair, but coming up against kind of some pretty difficult opponents early on. So yeah, a little bit disappointing to not see them moving further. But I believe now we're getting into the kind of the nitty-gritty of it. We're getting into the top end, the winners side of the bracket. First up on that winners side is going to be Faison and Remy up against Simba and Santi. So I'm kind of excited. I think we're going to see maybe a fair amount of swords coming into this one. Definitely, you know, not the axes that perhaps we've come to expect in EU. And we saw in that first set a lot of axes, and then it's kind of disappeared a bit more, and I think we're not going to see as many coming into this one. We'll see.
Now, Faison and Remy had been playing random entire yesterday. However, they weren't playing against the best of best teams yet, but I wonder, will they change it up for Simba and Santi? Those two players are not. They will punish them for messing about. If they don't get legends that they are familiar with, they will possibly be in a very bad position. I have no idea what's going to happen with this. However, this matchup, incredibly fun. Simba and Santi are two players who randomly, just out of nowhere, put it on high gears and just explode in game. And you can just see it through their gameplay every single time. I wonder what's going to happen this time. Because on the other hand, you have Remy and Faison, who is arguably a top 3 team no matter what happens. And if not for Cody Chavez and Isager, they're possibly a top 2 team. So, interesting to see. Currently, we are waiting for Faison. He's about to come very soon. He's in the bathroom currently.
Classic.
Yeah.
Indeed. But
speaking of bathroom breaks, man. Speaking of bathroom breaks, shout outs to DreamHack Sweden when we waited for 30 minutes for Dobreen to get out of the bathroom because he was locked in there. Some janitor had came and locked the doors, so he was just stuck. And he was freaking out because the door was just like one of the biggest metal doors I've seen in my life. You just couldn't open it no matter what. So we have a match on hand and we can't even play because this guy is stuck in the bathroom. That is the most Dobreen thing to happen ever.
Fair enough. I mean, yeah, you hear those horror stories about bathrooms and being locked or getting trapped in, like, you know, the lock breaks or something like that. So I guess it really happen. But yeah, I don't know. It seems, yeah, they're in, but immediately off the bat, you know, Faison is hovering this random. Definitely big disrespect. I kind of do respect it though. I like this, and they're both going to be going okay. We'll see. I mean, they made it to the winners bracket by doing this, right? So why not? I guess. But like you say, it's
consistent. It's more consistent than Game of Thrones. All right, that's all I'm gonna say. Like, we actually have a proper story because, you know, they did it yesterday, all day yesterday. They didn't swap off it. They didn't care. And today they're like, you know what? We got to keep consistency going. We know Game of Thrones was just not what we expected, and we're going into this match with the double random. However, Faison gets Ada, a character who plays a lot. Dude, honestly, they've been having way too much luck on these random picks. They've seriously been getting characters that they actually play so much. At this point, I'm wondering, are they actually rolling random or is something happening?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, you know, paying off BMG a little bit to bring the randoms into their favor, something along those lines. We'll see. Though Remy on the Nash, a character that did really well, you know, years ago, but not been so hot, honestly, in recent memory. But definitely could work. You know, a relatively good kit, I suppose. Got to be careful not to hit your own teammate, though. But we'll see. We'll see. I think it's going to be interesting. Like you say, Phazon's going to have to do a hell of a lot of the work here on his comfort pick, and he certainly is on that spear, getting Simba kind of off stage pretty easily. A lot of pressure coming in. Nice little recovery to deny the GC.
Signatures. Man, I love this. Honestly, the Nash pick isn't even bad. Remy knows how to play Hammer so well, and he also is such a good spear player at the same time. So. And Nash has been arguably considered a better and better TVT character lately, especially with Fiend's gameplay from CEO. That guy from Brazil is one of the craziest Nashes you'll ever see. So, man, at this point, it's not even random. It's more like Wheel of Fate. Let's hope for a better comp against someone else. They're like trying on new things by doing this.
Well, I mean, this is something we were kind of maybe talking about a little bit. I think in the pregame, you know, before we got into it, there's kind of this vibe around NA where sometimes they just kind of play like they don't really care whether they win or lose, and ultimately if you come into it, maybe, you know, Simba and Santi are like, right, we've been working on this, we want to be winning this one, we want to be proving ourselves, you know, in the online kind of circuit. And then you get up against Phazon and Remy and they're just playing like, yeah, whatever, man, and you just kind of, it's a bit frustrating that you're trying really hard and you're getting beat by some guys who are just kind of, you know, chilling after CEO. It can be like,
and it can be a mental advantage, though, because they're relaxed. They're more at hand. They're like, you know, we're playing random. We're chilling, right? And the other persons are so tense. And they're like, oh, we can't lose this. We can't lose this. And I say that. Phazon gets that ground pound, man. I think it's very interesting to take the game at a more relaxed pace, like Remy and Phazon are doing. As we see, Saturn is one of the most relaxed players that you will ever find when it comes to decisions and why he does things. So, honestly, I respect this pick so much.
It's good fun, and it's certainly interesting. You never know, you might find someone you're actually really very good at. But like we say, Phazon not really playing random, so we'll see. We'll see in the next few games if he keeps it up, all right? Because we want to see him on something a bit more like a, I don't know, Lin Fei or something out of the blue like that. But they are managing to win it out here. Simba as well, deep into the red. That spear combo and the follow-up from Phazon. I mean, there's always that as well. The fact that it's in twos, a lot of it comes down to the team synergies rather than what you're picking.
Phazon just covering for Remy.
So good. Oh my goodness, boys. Simba into the orange. Does get his hands onto a sword here, but he's got 3 stocks to get through, and I think it's going to be tough for him. Now only 2. So maybe if he can take out Phazon quickly here before his teammate comes back, but Phazon playing it safe, waiting for said teammate. And they'll now look to play the 2 versus 1, which should be fairly doable for them at this point. I mean,
what?
Looks like it. Beautiful pickup from Remy off of the spear neutral. And Simba
now,
surely
Phazon
not long for this
is an expert at running away. That guy will not get hit if he doesn't have to, man.
Very true, very true. And I mean, it's a great style. He'll get hit by his teammate, though. Oh, missing the recovery. And, you know, that might have turned it. That might have turned it. But unfortunately for the Blues, the red team random picks, man. Seems to be working out.
Now, that wasn't honestly too bad either. From blue team, was very close at the end there. Simba almost managed to make it happen as they were both entering red. And once again, oh boy. So Remy, out of every canon character in this game, I think the one character he was playing was Lin Fei. And on the other hand, you have Phazon who's playing Mordex, a character he has practiced a lot. And he really knows how to play Scythe, and he really knows how to play Mordex. So I think the only odd one out here is just Remy with that Lin Fei. I can arguably say that is probably not as good of a pick as his Nash was. So this will definitely be a way harder match for them.
Yeah, on the same stage as well. Certainly going to be difficult. I mean, we'll see. He's stuck on the cannon. He's not really landing a great deal, if I'm being honest. So, you know, it's certainly going to know the combos and things like that. I'm sure will have worked on it. But it's kind of, again, just sort of the comfort of where you say, like, Phazon knows the Scythe. Right, and he's just going to feel comfortable on that weapon and looking pretty clean. Blues, though, doing a great deal of damage, and I think there's definitely a weak link here in that Lin Fei on Remy. But a good little return coming in, the weapon toss as well. Simba gets too greedy, and he forgets, of course, the guitar side air. Not only to the side, but also diagonally downwards, my friend. You got to be watching out for that one on the red HP. It will at least trade
Doesn't
one
get the
back.
stock, though.
I suppose Santi is kind of low. It's kind of like healthy, rather. So there is that.
Simba,
but it's only a slim
Simba's
advantage.
kind of taking damage. Oh, they're keeping Remy up in the air, though. Both Simba and Remy currently looking very equal. This game is in blue team's favor.
I mean, it's looking interesting. Maybe a little bit better for the Blues. Again, like I say, Remy, I think, you know, starting off on the cannon did not do him any favors as he's moved across to the guitars. It has been a little bit better, but walking into the SIGs, you know, I think, again, where we saw last game, the team synergy was really good. Nice little side SIG coming in. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Faison will manage to find Simba, but Santi is still here. Santi is still here on 3 stocks. They've really got to eliminate this 3rd stock quickly or bring it down to a 2 versus 1, and Faison's looking to do that. Of course, the side coming in, it's going to knock Simba all the way down. The save comes in from Santi, but will it cost him his life? It will, as the ground pound takes him out. And now Simba all by himself. The side SIG landing. Remy's done pretty good on those SIGs, to be fair. It's been, you know, kind of a if in doubt, SIG it out kind of game for him by the looks of things. He's on looking relatively good on the gauntlets as well.
Honestly, this is going so well until Simba just went from white to red, and Santi, although he had his 3rd stock for the longest time, he loses the second stock in record fashion.
Well, yeah, Faison, he comes in, he down SIGs him off with those gauntlets, and then goes for a GC cancel into the down SIG. Simba going to get taken out pretty quickly, and here we go. I mean, this is a deadly black hole for sure. Into the orange off of that. Great deal of damage coming in as they look to try and finish him off the edge. Remy, are you okay, bro? What the hell?
All right. Well,
do you not touch? I'm really confused as to what happened there.
You know, sometimes you gotta greet the people that are living down there.
Yeah, true. You know, lag.
He's just paying his respect.
He's just lagging, dude.
He's just imitating Noel and Ethan from yesterday. Giving a bit of respect to those.
The boys.
But
either way,
as we say that, Remy and Faison honestly just taking a match. This one way more dominant fashion than the last one. Mainly because Simba just kind of got tossed around, and then Santi, although he was surviving for so long, just lost the 2nd stock as if it was nothing.
So it was pretty much nullified.
Oh boy.
Into the 2nd stock.
Remy plays a lot of Kaya, man. This guy has a Kaya. He has a really, really good Kaya as well. Faison, I've never seen him play Brawlhalla in my life, but he knows how to play guns. Honestly, I feel like, you know, in a game like League of Legends, you have people that play something called ARAM, and in that mode, some characters are better than the others. So they have they have accounts that literally only have the good characters on them, so they can never roll the bad characters. This is kind of what it's feeling and looking like. Or is Brawlhalla honestly just the most balanced game ever? Because every character they've gotten, I'm like, this character's not bad. This is a pretty good character.
Yeah, I think ultimately there's a lot of, in Brawl, it's kind of like, if you know, and we've seen from Sandstorm, it's like if you're the best player, you're the best player. There's no kind of like cheese or anything like that you can pick up and, you know, suddenly it knocks you up like 2 or 3 tiers or whatever.
Hold up. You're telling me Sandstorm is not cheese? Him winning every single thing is definitely, something is going on there, alright, buddy? Oh, as I say, that face on almost dying, but managed to have that weird slick recovery. It goes under the stage to get that as well.
Yeah, they're kind of getting a bit tossed around here, though, to be fair. Faison, I don't think has really touched the ground for quite a while, and Sidelight going to take him out. Recovery onto Remy as well. Still got his weapon here, but that ground pound is, for me, one of the most annoying things. I think it just covers so much ground. And I always kind of, you know, like mentally struggle against it. But I suppose Simba showing me how it's done. You just whack them with a sidelight, of course.
Wow.
Beautiful stuff coming in right now from the Blues, as they are managing to stay alive for a little while longer here. But Remy looking good on the Kaya, of course, like you say, taking him out with the Sig, the reversal as well on that bow. Surely going to get the drop on Simba here, but not quite. Not quite able to take him out as yet. Oh, kind of scuffs it, yeah. That's a bit awkward.
I mean, happens, I guess.
I mean,
these boys did just come back from LAN. Timings are different, you know.
True.
Stuff not the same.
Yeah, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt on one.
Simba is honestly at black health at this point. This is not a position you want to have the enemy be in. That's going to be it. Cider from the other side of the stage.
Thing is, though, I mean, Remy, you know, is deep into the red. Phazon's just kind of hit the red here, so Simba staying alive for so long this time around certainly seems to be something the blue team are good at. It was Santi last game.
Gets the recovery.
Nice little catch coming in. I mean, Simba's still on the white. They're going to look to focus Santi, I would imagine, but, you know, Simba is close in tow. Phazon here trying his best to stay alive, but every time he goes in for an attack, there's another man there to pick him up.
That's it.
What? Okay. Manages to survive a little longer, gets lucky, and the axe recovery coming in. Suddenly the stocks are evened up. And if they can utilize this 2 versus 1, brief though, unfortunately not able to do so. We were slightly hopeful for a second, but ultimately Simba is just playing it so well. Super safe from him, you know, just taking the kind of optimal engages. And it's looking pretty damn good, in all honesty, for the Blues here. It should be their game. But who knows? We've seen some slightly crazy shenanigans coming in the previous couple stocks, the previous couple minutes, so who knows?
Santi just needs to survive before Remy, man. And Remy is already in a very dangerous spot, so they're kind of hunting him as well. Simba trying his absolute best to go for him. Remy, though, with that reversal.
Yeah, playing it super defensive. You know, there was maybe a window where he could have gone for a risky ground pound, something along those lines, and suddenly now everybody's on one stock.
Santi trying his best to survive
kill,
and not
I think,
get hit.
Might decide it. We'll have to see. Santi pretty low here, and the Reds just playing it super safe, landing a good sig, but the classic, of course, the classic Azuri combo. He goes for it again. Not going to get it this time, but his teammate will clean up, and that will be the Blues coming out on top.
Both Simba and Santi doing collectively 1,200 damage. Not being the most efficient on these KOs, but I mean, they are getting the job done. It is hard when you're playing against a Brawlhalla that for some reason refuses to die. That guy took 4 recoveries already in the red. I don't know about you, but I think Sword needs a buff or something. I just feel like that shouldn't be a thing. But moving on, Simba and Santi with this new revitalized kind of pick with the Azuri works a bit better for Santi, and Phazon Remy gets Mirage and Brain. That's actually a combo they had yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. Something's going on at this point. I don't trust this. It's not random.
Yeah, definitely, you know, we need to be making some phone calls somewhere. But going to be happy with this, I suppose. Maybe would have been slightly better the other way round, what with Phazon's comfort on the side. But that axe again, you know, coming in fairly chunky, and you only have to be kind of semi-comfortable. There's not a great deal of depth to the axe, really. It is very just kind of, you know, more based on the timings and finding the openings. Not like there's kind of crazy strings or anything like that you can be pulling off, crazy reads. It's just about looking for the good engages, I feel, at this point.
I think Santi with the solid down, and I was like, oh my lord. Ends up getting that early KO with it. Oh, Simba with another recovery. That's actually 2 KOs that were relatively early enough compared to what they usually be getting. But as I said, Remy with that ground pound. Santi tries his absolute best to get the Gimp on the other side, does not get it. This match just went from pretty much 0 to 100.
Yeah, very true. Very true. And again, we've got Santi staying alive, could really be the difference maker if he is able to keep this 3rd stock in tow. Oh, the million-mile ground pound coming in from Remy, holds it the whole way.
Dude, Phazon are just ground pounding, man.
They are actually just pressing ground pound right now. Teammates, it's the spike that comes down, though, from the down air. Phazon.
Santi with the save. Gets hit still, though. And Simba, on his last stock, kind of like the other game, where Santi was just holding onto his stock the entire time, and Simba just were taken out really fast. They need to make something happen here. Take out Remy or pretty much lose whatever advantage you had in the winner's side and go to the loser's side. Getting some hits. Santi looking for Remy. I think he's trying to get a satellite downlight on him. That's what it's looking like. I mean, satellite down sig.
The classic. Oh,
that's it. Oh, he drops it. He walks backwards with the recovery. Just because his teammate was in it.
Oh, Phazon, though, not quite able to finish off.
Santi.
He might end up getting taken down. Maybe. No, he's able to survive. a little while. Stops that momentum, of course, in the air with the dodge. It is
So
so hard to call right now.
Simba got this really cute attack onto Remy where he recoveries him, stares him, then damages him fourth without Remy pressing the dodge button once. Blue team not in the absolute worst position. All that has to happen is Simba not to die. It's a big task to say against players like Remy and Phazon, though.
Yeah, definitely, Sean. I mean, you know, with the spear and the axe, it's got to be really careful. The down airs and the side airs really can just spike you off a moment's notice so very fast. Got to be ready for it. Down goes Santi, and this leaves Simba by himself. He's trying to play, you know, the long game, running away, staying up high, playing it safe as he needs to wait for his teammate, looking to find some kind of an opening here for him to get in on this sword. That's not going to be it.
Doing his absolute best. Ground pound does not land.
Ground pounds, they're inches away at the moment. The red team just surviving by the skin of their teeth. Side air coming in, Phazon recoveries his own teammate.
2 damage.
Going to be awkward towards the end here for sure, but you got to look to Santi. He's only in the orange. Fact of the matter is, I mean, it's a doable 2 versus 1 for him. Recoveries his teammate. I mean, it is messy here towards the end. It is so very messy.
All 3 players are in so high damage right now. And I say that Simba is taken out. This is still very doable. Santi did this yesterday as well. He did win that 1v2 that ended up leading them in the game, and he takes out Remy. 1v1 against Phazon. Phazon is in the red. Any close hits will be an end of him. However, not down there. Knocks him up upwards. Too much. I mean, the ceiling's too high. Santi, Phazon.
Oh, looking to try and find the returns on each other here. Again, it's so close. The Nair not going to land. The weapon toss gives a bit of an opening, but the return Nair keeps them in a little while longer as it'll go to 2-2. Simba and Santi, it's been difficult against the all-random picks of Phazon and Remy. They've done well to make it this far. If they get even further off this kind of, you know, ridiculous game plan that they've come into this tournament with, I would certainly be surprised. Ooh, and Phazon is once again on the side.
A lot. So, Nyx was actually one of Phazon's 1v1 picks for a while until he just was like, you know what, I'm gonna go back to Val. Stop messing about with it. Remy does not have a Val, but he does have a sword, and Val has the second best sword in the game. So, I mean, we'll see. However, Santi, with that 1v2, keeps them in the game. And honestly, that's what happened yesterday. After keeping them in the game, they did win this set, the game after that. And that ended up being the reason why they're in the winner's side, even getting a chance against Phazon Remy. Will the same thing happen? So far, they're in a very good position. Remy kind of getting tossed around, and he's dead.
Well, a very early stock being taken out of Remy then. And like you say, this Val pick, maybe not super comfortable for him. Sure, he's got the sword, but it's kind of also how that sword works around the stats. You know, the Val kind of, I don't know, speed maybe is a little bit weird for him to work with. I think it's going to be certainly interesting to see how the game develops, because like I say, that is such an early kill coming in, and Phazon has just been kept on the right-hand side of this map for so very long. Not able to find anything really on this side. Going to lose it now as well. And again, it's so very messy. As soon as someone goes off, all the, you know, 3 players that are left to chase after it are going to be following. Nice N-Sig coming in, but not quite able to find the finisher. The blast is in from Nyx, trying to find something. Nice pickup coming in from Remy, at least for now. Phazon deep into the red. Meanwhile, Santi has just hit orange.
That was big. Simba getting that KO onto Phazon, not letting Phazon extend his stock much further, allows Blue Team to get back into that strong lead position, as Santi is still in his third stock and Simba has not even taken damage. Some teamfire and friendly damage happening. I can kind of see this going into Blue Team's favor at this point. It's looking like Red Team is slightly losing control by the minute and getting shaken up.
Yeah, I think it's kind of tough. You know, Nyx is, you know, certainly good, but
awkward.
I think he struggles in twos a little, just because at least in terms of the Scythe, you know, Legends, his damage is maybe not the best. And it certainly seems to be a bit of an issue here, especially when Remy is maybe not playing to his highest of potential. Santi only just into the second stock as well. Oh, the cancel of the Sig coming in from the side light of Remy, going all the way down on those gauntlets. Clash! the clash, and I think that was a clash on Remy's recovery. Meanwhile, up comes Simba, and he will also take out Faison. Surely that's got to be the deciding play, as Simba looking so very good.
Simba for a moment, giving him that clash that actually ends up giving him such a better lead than they ever had so far. As I say that, though, it doesn't matter. Simba is taken out. Santi is on the second stock, though, in the orange. It is still very, very doable for the red team. However, if blue team were ever to take the game and go into winners finals, this would be it, and this would be their biggest chance.
Well, let's see. Can they get it done? Faison, maybe he comes online with this next pick. We will have to see.
Santi kind of not doing much so far, just running around, hitting his teammate even. Simba taking more and more damage. Santi hitting Simba.
Oh,
I don't know about you, but I mean
Santi kind of slid off the edge, holding the down sig. It ends up costing his life as Remy gets the return. I mean, we're orange and yellow here on the red team. Meanwhile, Simba is deep into the red. He's got to be careful not to go out quickly here, and Remy is looking to take him out. Meanwhile, Faison is looking to keep Santi out of the action for a little while as well. I mean, a weapon finally picked up for him. A lot of swords in play here for both teams. Remy playing it patiently. The recovery not quite going to land.
More.
Trying to finish it off. Trying to whack him off the top of the stage, but not quite able to find it. Santi at the moment is just looking to stay alive for as long as possible, as he feels he might have to 2v1 this. Black hole coming in, and it's pretty damn
Great
good.
combo.
To be fair, especially with Remy pressuring in from the middle.
All
Still could go either way, though.
Red. One good signature on either of these three players would be enough. Faison with the sider. That is it for Simba. Will Santi 2v1 again?
I mean, he's going to have to.
This guy doesn't care. He swaps out for the guitars, though. I'm not sure about that.
A little bit harder to work with, but of course there is kind of that
recovery.
Azuri.
Gets hit.
Azuri kind of movement. He works quite well.
Recovery.
Okay.
The gods have blessed him. Once again.
Santi. Just again that one sig, and Azuri again on these guitars could able to land it. Azuri, Santi. Okay. Great stuff coming in from Santi as he 2v1s 2 games in a row. My God. Just coming alive completely towards the tail end of that set. I mean, incredible stuff. And, you know, playing it 100%, playing the optimal as well in this 1 versus 1. My goodness. I just don't know what to say.
3 1v2 moments this tournament so far, and all of them have been the clutchest ones. They're not the ones that are like, oh, if you don't win this, you still got another game, whatever. They're the ones where, like, if you lose this, you're out. Into the loser bracket, of course. Santi, man. Literally, he only got 2 kills in that black card game. That was it. And those 2 kills are the ones that matter the most. Now, tell me if that's not a story, all right? I mean, that's what I do, you know? Like when I'm not doing too good, I get the important kills, right? I might have the 150 damage, but it's all about those real kills, right?
Exactly.
Doesn't matter if my teammate has like
the impact, my guy. It's all about the impact, and certainly having it there. Santi definitely impressing. Obviously, we'll see a bit more from him later on. But we're now moving into another set here in the winners semi-finals, of course. Remy rejoining. What you doing, mate? Get out. You just played your game. Come on. It's Boomy and Cody Travis, which for me was, one of the things I said at the top of the show. Definitely interesting to see these guys pairing up. One thing to note, if you're only joining us today in the top 8, there's been no Sandstorm at all. So that's certainly interesting. And then, of course, on the other side of things, we got Starlight, we got Wrenched, and are we gonna see the Adventure Time? Nah, I don't think we are, unfortunately. We've got one, but we don't have Finn the Human on the opposite side. That would have been a changing of the Adventure Time lore, but unfortunately not going to be the case.
Indeed. And the thing is here, so the reason why Boomy is playing Cody Travis, it has to do with Sandstorm being on vacation. Right. And Cody Travis' teammate Isidru was not here yesterday. He came back today. So they're like, you know what? Fate happens for a reason. Let's just team up. Let's make it work. And obviously, Boomy is a fantastic 2v2 player. Has had so many teammates and always won with them for the most part. He won with me. He won with Remy. He's won with other players. He's won with Sandstorm. And Boomy is one of those players that can just play with anyone. On the other hand, Cody Travis, a player who wasn't necessarily the best until BCX 2018 happened. And ever since then, he's just been going up and up and up and up. It's a star-born story happening.
Yeah, for sure. So certainly going to be interesting to see how these guys perform together, as we've given them quite a big build-up. We got Red Jake coming through the core, of course. Boomy going to get taken out, and it's the Blues, actually, as Cody Travis fell pretty early, too.
Yep. And as I say that, though, and I was talking...
That knockout face from Jake is hilarious, by the way.
Oh, man. The gameplay is too good. I'm actually choking. So,
fair enough.
I've been talking about Red Team, but Blue Team as well has had this story where you have Starlight, one of the better 2v2 players for a long, long time.
Yeah.
Who has had a bit of an issue coming back into it in this 2018-2019 type. But with Wrenched, a player who never plays 2v2 much, they have been finding odd success lately, and I think that this might be the one tournament where they finally click and finally understand how to play 2v2 together. So I'm really happy to see them in this winner's side. And so far, they're having a great showing in the lead as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think, you know, could be interesting to see how it goes. Ooh, okay. Nice little Sig coming in onto Starlight. Not quite going to find its mark, though. And that could be an issue as Wrench takes out Cody Travis. Suddenly, things are looking good for the Blues. However, at least evening things back up. And I mean, it is fairly even. Cody Travis, you know, taking very little damage into his final stock. We'll see. And they continue this. Oh, the Sidra, for me, I feel like has to be kind of one of the better canon legends. So, Starlight, you know, not pulled off anything too spicy as yet, but definitely the threat of those 100-0 Gimps definitely on the cards.
Oh, Starlight, man, with these down airs, playing that offstage cannon. Something you don't see very often. I think one of the only people that probably even bothered doing that is Sandstorm, and that's because of his just knowledge of the weapon. Wrench, though, looking healthy on that second stock. It feels like it's a battle between Cody Travis and Starlight. Both of them just need to survive as much as they can.
Right, because this is something, you know, you put Boomy in a situation where he's only got one target to focus on. Suddenly things become good. A nice little catch.
Yep.
Coming in, using all the Sigs right now, trying to catch with that neutral. Of course, you know, it does spike you down. Side Sig onto Cody Travis. Definitely questionable. But yeah, Boomy looking to kind of use these gauntlets as well. Probably quite a bit.
Wrench.
They are fairly strong. Wrench, meanwhile, on the other side of the map, going to take out Boomy's teammate, rather. Now will be him all alone. This is sort of the difficulty of the gauntlets, though. They're so good, you know, 1v1. But I think you've got to land pretty long strings, and that makes them tough to work in the 2v2 scenario.
One thing Starlight is very good at is understanding he just needs to survive, and that's what he has been doing this entire stock. He has just been chilling out, going backwards, baiting them in, letting Wrench do the work, because he knows if he dies, he makes it infinitely harder. And that is something that a lot of players do not understand. He's doing a great job so far, but Boomy doing his absolute best, trying to hunt down Starlight. Does not get him yet. Wrench hits it, downlight recovery. That is the end of it. I bet Wrench is over 600 damage.
Only just, to be fair, but all the same, you know, looking really, really good on that Boudoir, of course. And we'll see. I mean, sticking to the same legends on both sides. I think, you know, Jake, a bit of a crowd favorite. Everybody wanted to see a bit of Jake, and who better than Boomy, who seems to have, you know, one of the deepest legend rosters of any pro, really. So, it's certainly going to be interesting, again, moving on to the same map. But I don't know. I think, you know, again, these are two teams that are very happy to just kind of fight it out. Similar to the Lil Captain, you know, I throw Koslik's Hazen game. They were just all about fighting, and these two teams seem to be very much the same as well. I think a lot of that kind of coming down to the fact that they're a little bit inexperienced with each other, and off the edge, talking of inexperience, Cody Travis, dude, getting owned, getting taken out. Million mile ground pound from Boomy, not gonna land. It'll be an early stock lead for the Bruise.
Such a solid edge guard onto Cody Travis there, man. I think another thing that's interesting is that Boomy is not swapping off of this Jake. I feel like he wants to just go an all Jake tournament with this one. Although it is a very strong pick, it is not what Boomy usually plays. I wonder what would happen if he plays something else. And instead of Wrench with a weapon toss. Dude, Wrench has been so accurate in all of his attacks so far. Whether it's weapon tosses, sword dares, hammer ground pounds and recoveries, it does not matter.
It's kind of interesting as well for me, you know. Oh my god, boys!
Starlight's awareness on that nair. Boomy just down airs Cody Travis. He's like, I'm gonna put you up there a bit, give you a bit of distance. And Starlight's like, nah, all right, my team combo now.
That is mad. That is mad. At least Boomy trades one back, but I mean, Starlight again, you know, is playing so very well at just staying alive. Where Wrenched is looking hella spicy, doing a great deal of damage. Starlight is the one who's just kind of coming in. Again, that sword, you know, really good at playing kind of the aerial game against grounded opponents, if that makes sense. You can stay above people, you can kind of, you know, hit them with the...
Save him.
What is going on?
What is happening?
I have no idea. Boomy just narrowly dodging out on the recovery from Wrench, trying to take him out. Not going to happen. A little bit awkward here. His unarmed gets the weapon, but it costs him his life. They're both now on one stock, and my goodness, Cody Travis is deep in the red.
Oh, Cody's
he's out. He's out. Okay. All right. So I guess they have like a 3-stock lead, and surely maybe going to end the game with 4 stocks still left as well. This is extremely dominant right now from the Blues. I spoke too soon. The caster's curse, of course. But ultimately, it should be their game. There's Boomy in the orange. I mean, he's pretty damn good, the world number 2.
Wow, Starlight with that GC downline, man. Gets him on that. Both players going ham. Okay, that's it. That was such a dominant showing. Starlight with 600 damage and only 200 damage taken. What just happened?
Wu Shang? Level 37 Wu Shang from Boomy?
I think that's Boomy saying it's time. All right,
yeah,
it's time.
The
other thing is, Boomy has
pick.
played a lot of core, but Wu Shang actually is his true pocket pick in my opinion for coming out here. He did play Wu Shang for a long moment, realizing that Wu Shang's spear signatures are just not real. They're just so good. As I said, he is playing that random Wu Shang. Shout outs to Rivals of Aether. No stance, and once again, shout outs to Temple Storm as well, because that is Temple Storm's Boomy. As I say that, we are getting into the game. I think the Wu Shang will do a lot better than the core. However, Wrench and Starlight are looking so good, man.
Yeah, I don't really think it's like a legend issue, ultimately. They're just both really playing their parts well, so to speak, especially Wrenched. Wrenched is so hot. And for me, it's kind of maybe not surprising, but certainly, you know, interesting to see. Brawlhalla's a legend that's been out for ages, right? I'm sure everybody's pretty comfortable on him, but in the same strain, you know, surely with the strength of like Katars at the moment, you would expect Wrench to be sat on the Azuri and kind of maybe abusing that, or, you know, looking to perfect the Azuri. But just playing as Bodvar, I think, is maybe because of the hammer a little better, a little more comfortable for him in the 2v2s. Oh, that is a catching him. That is a tough one for sure. That side sig, the hitboxes are difficult to work with, to say the least.
That was exactly what they needed as well. Needed to get that KO to make some lead happen, because they're already in the red, both of them. And I said that Boomy is taken out. Guess I saw that. Wrench a bit damaged. So far, both teams pretty much equal.
But Cody Travis getting taken out. The difficulty of Shipwrecked, I think it all really suits his hammer well, and that burnt his recovery.
That's it.
That burnt his recovery, so he's going to be down to 1 stock. And I mean, Starlight again is, you know, able to stay alive for so very long. Gets recovered up there. Not going to end him. Neither
Still alive.
Is the side air.
Teammates getting team comboed.
Little awkward, I suppose. I mean, Wrench needs to stay alive a little while longer and just let Starlight do some damage here. After looking so very good in the first 2 games, kind of falling off, and Cody Travis, of course, so very comfortable on this Barraza.
Wrench is in such a bad position.
It is really
tough.
tough.
Oh, never mind.
Gets caught in the neutral, of course. So many active frames in that unarmed neutral, and Boomy is able to take him out pretty easily. Commits pretty hard for that one, though.
Yeah, kind of kills himself with his movement option as well.
Yeah, and they only have the 1 stock lead, so it's not like it's, you know, free, so to speak. Starlight definitely has a chance.
Has a chance, but I'm not sure how big of one it is. Cody Travis has become better and better at 1v1s lately. He would take him out, and as I say that, Starlight is taken out with that recovery. Starlight now on his last stock, looking a little bit less likely, but still possible. As I say that, he gets massively comboed.
Yeah, nice pickup coming in from Boomy,
man.
especially. That's why the spear, I think, is so effective in these kind of scenarios. It is so good at just picking up, you know, combos in the air.
Butchering that combo
into,
a bit, but
into a downlight maybe, but ultimately, I think it's going to be pretty tough for Starlight after that one to work his way back in.
Boomy just tossed out like 9 side sigs back to back. Not a single one of them hitting. Still not hitting. Still not
hitting, bro. He'll keep trying.
Cody, though, accurate as ever. Recovery, that's it. He's like, you know, all right, time to stop playing. Just die. And Wrench with 200 damage, man. I think Wrench a bit unfortunate because he kept using moves when he should not have. He greedily uses recovery on the second stock when he should have just kept it for a bit longer. As Boomy just downers him, gets an early KO. It was in yellow, if I do believe. And on the last stock, Starlight gets tossed away, and as Starlight gets tossed away, he goes back to stage, gets 2v1 comboed all the way into orange. So not the most fortunate 2 stars for Wrench possible. However, they are still in the lead. They are up 2-1 in this set. And anything is still possible for them. They can still take the match. But on the other hand, this Wushine pick looking a lot better. Actually, infinitely better than the core. Or should I say Jake?
Yeah, indeed. Of course, call him by his true name. But either way, we'll see. They're still, you know, fighting that kind of reverse sweep ultimately on the red side of things. So really going to have to fight back for sure. And Starlight getting off to a good start on the cannon. Wrench needs to come back alive here. I mean, there's so much more room for them to work with on the Thunderguard Stadium and rotations underneath the stadium, etc., etc. But an early side stick coming in, Boomy, even though he's in the orange, you know, it spikes him so very low. It gives so much control to the Reds to just keep Wrench in and around. Cody Travis with the second recovery, maybe not expected by Wrench, will manage to take him out. And again, the Reds looking good. The Reds in the lead. Starlight slightly more comfortable on the cannon, I have to say, but Boomy is only just into the orange. That's the real difference here.
Now, Starlight has only been playing better and better, but Wrench seems a bit lost against this Boomy Wushine pick, especially the Cody Travis as well, man. Wrench is getting hit left and right every single time he's alive. This is reminiscent of the other game. He needs to find his footing a bit.
Yeah, it definitely does, but it's been tough. They seem to have gotten a read on him. As he'll be down into the red once again while his opponents remain on 3 stocks. He's now going to lose his second. Starlight just playing the long game, waiting for his teammate to come back. Will eventually move up as he starts to get attacked. But both the red teams still in the 3 stock area. And I think they're really just kind of, okay, maybe spoke too soon. Maybe spoke way too soon.
Both players taken out.
Double knockout. Suddenly looks a bit more doable.
Oh no, Starlight, you hit your teammate 3 times. He can't afford that. You hit him again. No.
Especially on that cannon and especially on Sidra. So beefy with the cannon. Wrench now going to be into the red. A beautiful team combo coming in. Cody Travis and Boomy. They started off looking a bit shaky together, but it's gone better and better, and now it's the blues.
Go to couples therapy. What is this?
Oh my goodness, man. I mean, they're just frustrated at each other maybe, or just frustrated at the game perhaps. You know, and Starlight desperate to try and find some kind of a gimp. Not going to happen, and now has 4 pretty much full stocks to get through. And here it is, the team combo's coming in. It gets cancelled at least. Cody Travis able to survive that one, though. Starlight trying to find something here, and I mean, he's been given opportunities. Booby actually going to go down to Cody Travis, but I mean, at the cost of, you know, a great chunk of HP. For Starlight, deep into the red. Neutral, not going to land. Breakdance, not going to land. Something will eventually, though, surely.
Cody, man.
There it is.
He's so hard to deal with. Cody is so hard to deal with. Like, Cody's guns in 2v2 is one of the most terrifying things. You just don't understand his timings. Wrench just got bodied. If it wasn't by the enemies, it was by Starlight's hands. Honestly, I feel like it was a mercy kill for Starlight's position at that point, because, like, he was kind of, you know, on his last stock. They had 3 stocks. He's like, I'm gonna, if they're taking you out, I may as well do it myself.
Well, I was talking about it a bit earlier. Yuri seemingly coming out from Wrenched. Not quite sure what we're waiting on, but hopefully should be getting into this 5th and final game of this here set. Of course, not quite going to be the end of the road. Obviously, you'll get knocked back down to the winner's end of things.
Now, I like the Surrey pick, though. I'm very happy about this Surrey pick. I actually think it can work out better. If there is a player that could make guitars work, I've said it before, it should be Wrenched. Yep. So please, just learn how to play guitars in 2v2. Like, I truly feel like guitars should be the pick Wrench should go for in 2s. And the Surrey is not really even a bad character. But speaking a bit too soon, as they're both kind of getting swung around right now. Oh, well, I mean,
yeah,
there's two sides to a coin, but it's the same one.
Yeah, Wrench really, I don't know. He looked so very good, and then I think just kind of mentally, has maybe checked himself out and just crumbled for sure under the pressure, under the expectations, maybe, or just not able to find the same form, and it's definitely showing. Both deep into the red. I mean, Wrenched deep into the red. Oh no. My God,
already
Cody
on his
Travis.
Last talk.
That is pretty nasty, to be fair. I mean, Wrenched gonna be feeling it again. That mental game really coming into it, but coming off the island, Cody Travis is just so clean, honestly, on those blasters and able to capitalize on Starlight being distracted, dominating. Is Cody Travis, and I mean, he's still got 3 more stocks he can pick up. How far is it going to go for him right now? Ooh, taking a fair amount of damage here, though. Wrenched is trying to take him out. Not quite able to, finish the job, so to speak. Given a pretty good opportunity here. Saves come in from the Reds, and just surviving on these 3 stocks longer and longer.
Oh, he dies! He kills himself, though!
What is going on? Cody Travis still alive. Cody Travis is still alive. Wrenched is out.
Boomy goes for that super deep. I know. Boomy goes for a super deep KO and doesn't get it, so he kills himself for it. But Wrench is like, you know what? I'm gonna be in solidarity with you. I'm just gonna do it as well. Let me just die as well. Oh, that's my last talk. Well, that's unfortunate. I guess I'll go next.
Pretty much.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I don't know. They were 2-0. Something happened.
Yeah, really fallen off a cliff here, for sure, on that blue team. And that will be all she wrote. Yeah, I think we're both pretty gobsmacked after that one,
That is one of the sadder ways I've seen a team get reverse sweeped, honestly. That was...
surprising.
Wow.
Surprising, to say the least. I don't know. I think we're both pretty lost for words.
All right, so Boomy and Cody Travis go on to the winners finals against Faison and Remy, looking quite strong with the Wushine pick. That is, the Jake not working out as well as he would want to, and yeah, Starlight and Wrench still not out. They're going into losers bracket. I don't know what happened with them. It's like they lost all synergy randomly.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know.
And also, I messed up a bit. I meant Simba and Santi are in the winners finals against Remy, against Boomy and Cody Travis. There's so many names.
It's been a really hectic day, honestly. I think this is definitely, especially for NA. Obviously, we've had the EU Brawl at the beach, but it was kind of like it was before CEO. It was like a sort of warm-up kind of thing for EU, I guess. Now this comes after CEO. It's like everybody's like, well, we're just kind of randomly pulling out stuff and like mentally a bit drained, physically even a bit drained. A lot of traveling involved and whatnot. So, yeah, it's a bit of a crazy day for sure. I mean, for me, it has been really, really surprising. That previous series for sure. Just Wrench, man. I don't know. Hopefully he walks away with this one still with his head held high. He played really well early on, but just dropping off a cliff. So let's see here. The random boys are back. The random boys are back. And we've got
once
Mirage.
Again, Remy on that Mirage. Faison a bit a character I've never seen him on. Now this one's fair. Although Queen Eye is a very good 2-2 character, she's hard to play if we don't know how to play her.
Yeah, she's so slow, man, as well. I think it's such a different feeling.
Yep.
Compared to a lot of legends.
Faison's very used to high movement speed legends as well.
Right.
Now the thing here is that Tiffany and Parallel have been doing such a good job in the loser side. They've kind of been running this like weird gauntlet, especially with Tiffany's gameplay lately. She is just popping off, man. And I say that, and she truly does. And bodies Phazon, goes down there again, tries to get Remy after Parallel put him into a horrible position. Can she do it? Not yet.
Oh, just does so well at like swapping targets at the right time.
Yes.
Creating those openings, you know, just so good. A little bit tough. I mean, they were expecting, you know, maybe to off the neutral to whack her out quite far, but not going to happen. She's taking very little damage, able to escape her as well. Maybe a bit of a greedy ground pound, but definitely feeling it. So many quick kills coming in, but Tiffany is the difference. Still on the third stock. He's trying to extend it as long as possible, but certainly easier said than done. I mean, the thing is, though, it's Axe, it's Guitars, it's whatever. This Ragnar is just looking so very clean. And, you know, this is definitely the team we were talking about, taking a leaf out of the EU, but for sure. And it seems to be working.
Both players just trying to get these hits. However, Tiffany's surviving and surviving. Phazon just running away while Remy is fighting. Dude, this is so funny.
I don't know, man. It's again another messy kind of game. But we'll see. Oh, Tiffany eventually taken out, but, you know, not before dishing out a great deal of damage.
Okay.
Parallel going to go super low to avoid that. We'll see. Tiffany now comes back in, and when you're on this, you know, full HP, you can play way more confidently. Oh, the neutral not quite going to land. Remy coming in with a quick bit of damage, but unfortunately, Phazon is down to his final stock. Queen Knight definitely not being as clean as maybe he would like. Ooh.
Tiffany is doing such a great job so far.
It's just
getting
so
this hits.
fast as well. It's so clean, man.
Yep. Downlight, not yet. Saving Parallel, just being there, protective, trying to be the guardian angel of Parallel. And I say that, Parallel's like, thank you for the boost, thank you for the help, thank you for the motivation. I'm gonna take out Remy real quick.
Okay, Tiffany being knocked relatively low in the second stock and eventually taken out. So we're maybe kind of even here. Phazon is into the orange, but one thing to consider about the Queen Knight, super high defense definitely could make a difference, but not if you get spiked low, not if you recovery straight into the weapon toss. At least Remy is in with the save. Definitely been a tough one. Good stuff coming in. As Tiffany is maybe struggling a bit towards the end here, and Phazon looking to stay alive. It's mainly Remy, though, who's only just into the orange here. Been playing this spear really well on the Mirage. High damage as well, so just quick kind of in and out, trying to land the dancing. Not going to happen.
Gets Phazon.
Down goes Phazon. So now in the 2 versus 1, can Remy get it done? We've seen some crazy 2v1s so far today, but I think certainly going to be a tougher one for him, the way that Tiffany especially has been playing. Neutral into the recovery. Not going to finish. Side stick comes in. Not going to finish. It is looking hella close. Goes for the desperate GC, but not quite able to get it. Side sig as well coming in, and Tiffany with the double chase dodge. Beautiful reads, and the recovery lands. And the first game, it goes the way of Tiffany and Parallel.
She hits the Starlight when Remy is at red and has no dodge. Most players will freak out because they're like, all right, Starlight can be chained into side there. I'm going to jump. Tiffany knows this, and then just straight up double chase dodge upwards and then recoveries. Really great awareness on that. Gets the KO, gets the confirm. It is hard to get that confirm with Axe when someone is in deep red, even if they are, even if they do not have a dodge, because you have to follow it up in some way, and you don't have these good strings that you can just follow up with.
Okay, this is where maybe I think, you know, the random picks are sort of working a little bit against against the blue team at the moment. You know, Remy would much rather prefer Phazon be on these Scythe Legends, and you know, Phazon maybe not so caught. I don't think I've ever seen
Phazon used to actually main Yumiko to a certain extent, but only as it was a pick that was designed for just being off meta and being weird, but I don't think he ever had any success with it. I don't think he ever like played it properly either. However, Remy on this next pick, doubt. That's all I'm gonna say. Doubt.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling the same, to be honest. I just don't think he's going to be super comfortable on either of the weapons, but the kit that Nyx has available in terms of the SIGs and whatnot is certainly workable. Is pretty self-explanatory and does a hell of a lot of damage. You know, can definitely get the catches off, and he gets a double knockout. making us maybe eat our own words slightly coming into the second game here. And it's going to be a slight lead with Faison still in the first stock. Spoke too soon. So now the lead kind of swings back in favor of the red team as Remy is so very deep into the second stock right now.
So far, looking kind of even. However, Remy is in that red. It is very dangerous. I think it's always so interesting with these random picks. Although we keep talking about how it might not work in blue team's favor. The thing is that the enemies also have to adapt to a new character every single game. And Faison with that incredible ground pound into fall down there game. And that actually might have been it to equalize the game. Remy and Faison double edge guarding Tiffany. Tiffany's dead off of that. Wow, what is this synergy on two characters? They probably have never played together.
Yeah, I don't know, man. They're just going with the flow for sure. Just really, you know, working off their gut instincts. And it seems to be working out. Definitely surprising to see. And this, again, is kind of the thing where it's like, okay, we're prepared for what they're going to play. And then they just play something completely random. It can really catch you off guard. But anything is possible. If they can take out Remy quickly, bring it back into, you know, the one stock shootout all across the board, and it could really make the difference here. However, Remy knows this. Oh, but he gets caught. He gets caught. The one time he, you know, lands on the ground and doesn't go immediately back into the air, and at least Faison all by himself. Tiffany looking to deal with him. Is that going to be it? I'm not quite sure. I mean, Remy's in
Remy with that recovery.
It's just so much damage onto Faison is the main thing. Tiffany not on the weapon at the moment. Remy doing a great job of zoning him off. This weapon control for the Blues. Sidestick comes in, hits both, takes out one, leaves Parallel now on his own, making quick work of Remy though, but he's not quite low enough for that ground pound to take him out.
Wow, Parallel not... What? Oh, okay. I wonder if that was a jump recovery or not. Parallel's movement was so impeccable there for a moment. That spot dodge, clean.
Oh, he's able to survive, but no, the ground pound comes in. And
wow.
Too much spike. Messy end. Messy end, but it will be Faison and Remy, you know, again, just kind of having that one step ahead kind of vibe off of the fact that Remy was able to survive for so very long in his first stock. They're able to work off of that.
So Parallel actually had the right idea there the entire 1v2. He was hitting them with one pieces, even though he can string and follow it up into a true combo.
Yeah.
He avoided that and instead chase dodges behind them, lets the enemy come in to try and punish him, and then punishes both of them at the same time. And he kept doing this weird thing. And he had this great movement with the spot dodges. Honestly, all he needed was just one hit, and he tried so hard for it, but he barely kept missing. Oh, Faison? That's not it. Double guns.
Oh. Sharkman's coming, boys. He's on the way. The high damage as well. I mean, you know, kind of going to be comfortable for Faison, I think. The Ada, relatively similar kind of playstyle.
Oh my.
But the double blasters looking so good. The cannons come barreling over the top, but not quite able to land as yet. So much damage, though. Oh, my goodness. It is going both ways at the moment. Faison narrowly missing the recovery.
When in control is one of the scariest combinations in the game. When you are in control with double blasters, it is so hard to deal with. But I say that it doesn't matter because Tiffany is off the charts today and yesterday. And I guess in the future as well, because something's going on with her.
Oh, maybe a bit greedy, though, on side sig from Remy. Takes a fair amount of damage, gets the recovery on the bow. Parallel, how much longer can you survive? Getting aggressive here in the 2 versus 1. Gotta respect it. The neutral just about lands, but it's not quite full damage, I guess. I think he got hit by kind of like the second part. It looked a bit weird, but either way, Parallel's able to stay alive for a little while longer, but not too much longer. Not too much longer at all. So, again, definitely doable. The double nares coming in, the area denial of the blasters working well together, but Tiffany just in and out on these guitars right now, looking so very good with the Ragnar once again. However, got to be careful not to get spiked downwards by those blasters. They can definitely be dangerous for sure. Nice little spot dodge from Remy. That could have been maybe him out. Parallel looking to do the damage. Takes out Faison towards the side, but no kills coming in yet. It is starting to ramp up, though. It is definitely looking better parallel with the ground pound that kind of inches away from the face of the thatch. Will manage to find the first of the second stocks, as it were. You know, very tense, and again, could be, you know, the deciding kill, having found it relatively early and only being into the orange himself. Phazon taking so much damage. The difficulty of playing the 3 defense, maybe the 4 defense, didn't catch whether he put a point into it, but nonetheless, low defense. Recovery of parallel, not quite able, going to find Remy.
Oh my, that's
beautiful stuff
down there.
Remy, the save.
Tiffany.
The save. Oh my goodness, no, Tiffany actually cost him his life, and Tiffany's going to get taken out.
Oh
Parallel's going to be the only one left now, and the risky save attempt, the weapon tosses coming in, really screwing up his recovery attempt, and oh my goodness, or I should say her recovery attempt, but all the same, it is going to be hard here for Parallel.
Scriv.
I don't know either, man.
You know how you use a bow to like actually hit with the bow attacks because you're down there and you're saying you're being precise? Remy straight up tossed the bow at him as if it's a spear. I was like, I'm a perfectly time it. That was a almost, I don't know what, 2, 3, 4 frame perfect weapon toss to deny that recovery. It hit just as he presses the button, and it intercepts, doesn't let him save, doesn't let her recovery, doesn't let her do anything, and she loses it all and dies.
3, 2, 1, brawl.
I don't know, man. It's crazy. These games, like, especially with Phazon and Remy, you know, playing this mad, fast kind of style. More blasters coming in for Phazon. Again, you know, going from the Thatch to the Barraza is 2 very, very, very different legends in the way that you want to be playing them. But it's Remy for me on the Roland. You know, with the rose in mouth, certainly looking to finesse things through here. But that lance is big and beefy. And the thing is about these 2 random picks, they've both got very high defense, but Phazon's getting taken out almost instantly. Almost instantly. Look at the HPs of everybody else. And Phazon already being down to his second stock really could be, you know, the difficult difference maker for the blue team. And I mean, they're 1 game away from moving back up into the winner's side of things, so they'd really like to be taking this one rather than bringing it all the way to the 5 games, that's for sure.
Now, so far, red team are in a bit of a better position than they were last game. Because of that, so early on, Tiffany actually got this really cool Spitfire, the downstage on guitars, onto Phazon. They got the early stock off of that. All they need to do is now find Remy, start making a lead, build it up, and possibly once again go back into the lead and make it 2-2. However, that is my dreams and that is my narration. That is what I wanted to happen. But this is Brawlhalla. Nothing happens the way I want it to happen.
Always the classic, unfortunately. The odds ever stacked against you, but oh my goodness. Maybe at the moment the Reds, not so much. It is kind of even back up though. You know, Phazon is a little deeper into the second stock than everybody else, but that's not too much of an issue. You know, again, that high defense really going to make a difference. Oh, Remy, though. Does he have the lance? I mean, I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see. What can he get done? Definitely not going to be kind of Koslik's levels, but certainly, you know, looking to do the big beefy damage. It's really not looking too good, though, as he is down into the red very, very quickly on the Roland as well, with such high defense, you know, is pretty surprising. And I think the Reds are really, you know, it's another one of those games where uncomfortable picks for both these guys really gonna help out the red team. But we'll see. We'll see. I feel like we're maybe going to the final one, but we'll see. Some return damage coming in. Phazon maybe spoke too soon. Recovery almost taking out Parallel. The downsig will. Tiffany now off the map. Got to be very careful. Oh, gets the recovery onto Remy. Again, it's so all over the place.
Wow, Phazon with a beautiful ground pound. He is one of the better players at knowing how to make that ground pound disjoint perfectly to get that, like, clipping hit. Tiffany, though, perfect punish on that. Both games equal. Red team has such a great lead script. The issue was that they could not find the KOs on blue team once they got them to red, and that ended up making this game way much harder than it should have been.
And you know, that's kind of where the picks work out. 2 very super high defense players. Phazon, is that? Let's Parallel out. I don't believe it. He must have caught him like for the recovery or something. Tiffany gonna get the chase dodge back, but gets greedy for the reversal. And that's Tiffany and Parallel going out just like in a matter of seconds. I don't believe it. The random picks continue, boys. Phazon and Remy staying alive.
Once again, consistency with that storyline. Those two players are not swapping off it. And it was the same as last game, where red team weren't in a bad position. They were doing great. And then one thing happened, and then they're like all dead. And the same thing happened now again. They were in a pretty good position. They were in the lead for most of it, actually. Randomly, Parallel's dead. And Tiffany is like, well, okay. And then Tiffany dies too. And then, you know, at that point, they just lost. Tiffany and Parallel, strong showing though. Tiffany has played some of the best Brawlhalla I've ever seen her play.
Yeah.
Out now, I don't know if that was 5th. I think it was. But Faison and Remy move on and live to see another day. I had to say that, Scriv. We have winners final match, I think it is, between Starlight Wrenched. No,
it was staying in the lower bracket.
They got sent down. Yeah. Honestly, the reverse sweeps are confusing me so much. Simba and Santi beating Faison Remy confused me. Starlight Wrenched losing to Boomy Cody Chavez after having such a great lead also is confusing me.
And
but it is Wrench Starlight versus Aito and Lil Cat.
Yeah. I think going to be interesting. No, it's not Boomy. Get out, Boomy. But no, I think this is going to be interesting to see. You know, Wrench. You talk about what kind of happened in their winners side of things in the winners semis. The quick 2-0 coming in, Wrench looking so good. Like the Bode bar out from him was maybe a, slightly interesting kind of pick, but seemed to be working, and then just dropped off a cliff. And the style that they seem to have in the first couple games was Wrench, you go, you do all the damage, you win these like 1v1 kind of situations. Starlight play very passive, sort of running around, looking to help his teammate out, when he gets caught maybe. And that's the way that they sort of worked it. And like I say, it looked good really initially, but Cody Travis and Boomy, although sure, not the greatest amount of experience together, two of the better 1v1 kind of pros that we have, as well as also very respectable, especially Boomy in the 2v2 realms, and they just very quickly adapted, very quickly got that download, as they say, and seemed to just deal with Wrench very, very quickly, and really threw everybody for a loop, and he definitely looked down and out, definitely looks tilted. And now we're into the lowest bracket. The mental, he's got to have recovered a little bit. He's had a good 20 minutes, half an hour kind of to work out what went wrong.
And during that entire time, while he's working it out, he's like, you know what? I know what the problem is. I'm going to play Sentinel. That's a joke, by the way, because I have no idea what this is. I mean, honestly, he was doing really, really well with the hammer or early on with Bodvar. That was what he was actually performing the best on, which is surprising considering he's such a sword-dominant player. And then on the other hand, Katars are a really, really good weapon for Wrench. It has always been a great weapon for Wrench. So I can see this working out well. However, they are against two rocks, two mountains, two actual rocks. As I'm like an actor, but yeah. Anyways.
3, 2.
Moving on with this.
It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one for sure. And here on the Mammoth Fortress, of course, is what? Boys? Okay, something's gone wrong somewhere.
So it is within the first 10 seconds they can restart the games. Something probably happened. Maybe it was not the map that they were supposed to go on. I have no idea.
Yeah. Okay. So definitely, as we kind of figured, 100% a reset. But we don't know why, so it's always nice to know why. Maybe pay attention to the chat. Might have been. It seems like
don't.
Well, there you go. Lil Cap, his controller busted. Apparently, he didn't have pickup on light attack. So just a very quick call. They did lose, that weapon on their side, and it would have meant that they both started off with weapons. To be fair, so it definitely could have made the difference. And just a very quick call to be like, okay, let's reset, make sure everything's fixed, and go back to that very same map. And,
same map, same everything. Just a quick restart. Everything is fine. Nothing's burning, guys. We're good.
Hopefully, anyway. Hopefully. Well, I guess we'll find out. But yeah.
I mean, someone's dreams are burning sooner or later, but...
all right. Little dark. But either way, they both are going to open up, get the weapons, of course, as well. And we'll see now. Wrenched was this guy who was really carrying this team early on. Dropped off. Is he going to be able to pick it back up coming into this matchup here? onto the guitars early on and not looking too hot. I mean, the sword of Lil Cap definitely getting the best of him.
Lil Cap and iThrow so far just tossing out moves after moves, and it's working in their favor at the start. However, Starlight and Wrench slowly coming back into the game, getting a bit more of their footing. Wrench and Starlight not getting the team combos though. But it doesn't matter because Starlight apparently kills with that neutral sig. What?
I mean, I don't know, man. Getting it in, getting it done. The Sidra, like I say, pretty strong on the cannon for sure. But of course, you know, Starlight been looking pretty good on the sword.
Ooh.
Will get sent out pretty far. iThrow trying to take him out. Not going to happen though. So many hammers coming through here as well.
Wow.
Side sig though.
Range
Catches him. I mean, it hits stacks, I guess, and pretty good
he
stuff
got this
from Wrench.
X pivot. He got this X pivot side sig, which is like when you use a dash and then you turn around with it.
Right.
It changes your momentum slightly and makes you push forward. And for some reason, that managed to like kind of hit him out stack. Kind of cool. I guess Wrench knows some sensible things. Has a pretty decent hammer, man.
I was gonna say, okay. I was gonna say, you know,
dude,
didn't
Wrench.
really know you could get that done, but Lil Cap, I mean, iThrow even, it's again confusing with the abbreviations. Gonna find the reversal. Lil Cap, the true Lil Cap, the real Lil Cap, not this imposter, gets sent straight off the edge, and Wrench with the million-mile ground pound going to take him out. Now it's iThrow trying to survive the 2 versus 1, looking pretty good. Wrench was trying to get in with the down sig, not going to land though. I mean, this has bought a lot of time. The issue is Lil Cap, of course, is into his final stock. He's the only player to be so, and he is struggling against the cannon. There it is. We are yet to see you on the catch coming in, though, from iThrow on the recovery as he returns from, of course, the super hard commit string. Difficult.
It looked like such a
least.
promising ride at the start until you realized you were on United Airlines, and that's not the best airline you could ever be on. Everything crashing and burning for Starlight. Anyways, Starlight getting out of the situation. Now the thing about Wrench so far is that that little explosion play he had where he was hitting both Lil Cap and iThrow and just tossing them left and right. And once again, he's doing it still. And he edge goes both of them.
Okay.
Wrench just did 2 power plays back to back, and early before that, he did 2 other power plays. Wrench actually popped off this game straight up. Is this the pick? Is Sentinel it?
Maybe. We'll have to see as the set goes on. But, you know, it would be nice for him. He was kind of like, you know, feeling it on the hammer like you said. And the guitar's always comfortable. We'll get taken out. It's still possible for iThrow. You never know. Only in the yellow. Meanwhile, Sidra is up in the orange. But again, Starlight does this passive play so very well. Oh, but is that Wrench? No, not quite. Not quite. Of course, the rotation underneath the map, those long walls really helping him out. If we were on Shipwreck, something along those lines, maybe. But not the case here on the small mammoth fortress, of course. Lil Cap playing it relatively well, though. I mean, it is iThrow. Again, I'm going to have to hold tab in this one.
They're mixing you up just as much as you're mixing the enemy. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, not quite, though. I mean, it's a nice little team combos. They work off of each other. It's a relatively slow one, but all the same, they're playing this 2 versus 1 situation really well. And iThrow. Interesting. Maybe not fancying his chances. Taking it into the next one pretty quickly. Or maybe just not realizing he didn't have a jump until too late. I'm not quite sure.
Wrench kept getting these great reads off of his hits, man. You hit them once and then just perfectly read where they're going with the dodges. Such a strong showing that game. The Sentinel working out way better than I thought it would be. His hammer is actually really not that bad. He knows a lot of the like small tech that a lot of hammer players don't go for, like how you can just downlight sidelight someone and then fall down stair, how you can just dash from stair for someone and then fall down instantly into recovery. Stuff like that, just minute things, but it really makes a big difference for the hammer players.
Well, we will see whether they can continue things. Of course, now being a game up, certainly going to help. And Wrench once again starting off on that hammer. Looking so very clean with it in the previous game, and I suppose in the previous set as well. Not able to carry through the whole way, though. Of course, those best of 5s that, you know, the players have been wanting for quite some time, kind of working against Wrench a little bit. But either way, looking relatively good here. However, his teammate on the other side of the map is certainly getting his comeuppance a little bit. Starlight, though, is just so very kind of mobile on this cannon. Swap across to the sword, and again, just playing it so very passive, gets caught off by the neutral. Wrench trying to come in, and he will be punished this time around for the side sig.
Oh,
Becoming savvy to the facts. Lil Cap not quite able to land the sig of his own, but so much damage coming in. iThrow going to capitalize. Lil Cap should be able to survive. He will.
yep.
There's no one
Still
around
good.
to stop him. So it is all good. Starlight now, again, has got to look to survive a little longer. Not going to happen, though, as the neutral takes him out. And both the Bode bars will remain on 3 stocks just for a little while longer. iThrow seemingly not long for this world either. Does he have enough to get back? I mean, he does, but Wrenched is there, of course, to make sure that he is fully out this time around. And now it's all back into even stocks.
Oh, wrenched.
Oh, okay. Okay, Starlight.
Dangerous. Oh.
Bro, boys, stop hitting each other.
Bit of friend of the fire. It happens. Now, blue team had such a good start with that. They got 2 early KOs, but then straight up Wrench just comes up, neutral takes one of them, and then gimps the other one. I mean, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, right?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Oh, trying to get the catch up there. Wrench not quite able to find it, unfortunately. Damage is about even as well. Oh, weapon toss coming in. Wrench still able to make it back. However, commits really, really deep on the ground pound, though, and almost gets taken out because of it. So much damage coming in here. Starlight, though, with that sword combo, of course, the D-Light into the side air. Beautiful stuff as it lands, and it will be a relatively clean to take out Lil Cat. As now it's into the stock lead for the red team, but it's a very brief one. They are looking to try and team combo things up here on the blue team. Wrench, though, looking so very good.
Yep.
Not going to get taken out by the Nair as well, and this is actually huge right now for the Reds.
Downline Nair is going to be enough. Not on his teammate, though. Cap sitting in that orange. Red team still in the decent lead. Looking good with that, but as I say, that doesn't matter. Wrench is taken out. Lil Cap and iThrow 2v1 in Starlight, trying to get as much damage as he can before Wrench comes back. Oh, player stalling it out here. Wrenched. Nair. Oh, oh my lord. Dude, Wrench had this crazy platform movement almost. Had he hit that stair, I would have called out for a highlight clip.
I mean,
to him.
It's been so very difficult to call across this set, honestly. It is so kind of, I don't know, they seem to split into 1 versus 1s and then very, very quickly, you know, work back together. Starlight almost getting taken out, not quite. Surely the next kill, I feel, has got to decide this. Lil Cap doing a great deal of damage.
Oh, the
no landing until Wrench comes in, sliding off the edge just ever so slightly. Recovery onto iThrow, going to send him high, and the second one will take him out. I do believe that'll bring us to a 2-stock lead now for the red team.
You're right.
A 2-game lead, rather.
Wrench was just slowly creeping up at the end there. Just walk, down sig. It was so precise. At the end, Starlight as well hits that recovery, just cleans it up. 2-0, Starlight and Wrench. But we saw this happen with Cody Travis and Isidru. I mean, Cody Travis and Boomy. And will we see another reverse sweep? Or will we see Starlight and Wrench just keep going forward? Get that beautiful top 4 spot and have another shot at taking down all the players.
3, 2, 1, brawl.
We will be able to this game, and no legend swaps. Everything's still the same.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a little bit of a change of stage again. You know, shipwrecked. Oh, Starlight. The cannon sigs, man. I don't know. I feel like iThrow especially has fallen kind of flat to that a little bit. You got to be careful. You mistime your dodge, and you're getting stringed for like a good 100 damage, you know?
Yep. You have a lot of options as such as fast falling and jumping, but the timings are awkward and not everyone knows how to do them yet. I can't do them properly. Depends on the circumstances.
Right.
So I do not blame iThrow for that, but the thing is you can't be using your dodge as frequently as you are when you get hit by the cannon moves, because if you get caught, like you said, you will take 100 damage. But it doesn't matter because Wrench is there to just straight up kill both of them anyways.
Yeah, looking pretty good for the Reds, honestly. I mean, it's only the 1-stock lead apiece, but ultimately, you know, they're not too deep into the red, and have a fair amount of room to work with. Starlight is kind of being whacked around a little bit, but again, if he can play this game where he just looks to survive as long as possible while Wrench does all the damage, it's working a hell of a lot better in this set than it was against Cody, Travis, and Boomy. In the end, Starlight coming in again, almost getting both of them there in the strings. Beautiful turnaround as well, as iThrow is going to feel the brunt. He thought he had an opportunity to find it. I mean, Side Sig sacrifices his teammate, but it leaves a Lil Cap down to 1 stock, and with both of them only just hitting their 2nd stock, this is going to be tough for the Blues for sure.
Looking really, really rough for blue team, man. They are getting swung around. Red team is in such a great position to actually just take this 3-0 and move on with their days. And Starlight just hitting left and right after being hit himself. So many sword hits. Sword hit, sword hit, sword hit. Cap
oh my goodness.
Saved himself by hitting Lil Cap. I mean, by hitting iThrow.
It's so hectic. It's so hectic right now. Wrench is going to get taken down. No, he plays it safe. He plays very smart. Of course, waiting to use the recovery until the very last moment. That is definitely how you should be doing it, folks. And he's able to survive a little while longer. The issue, you know, they're all in the red. They're all very close. But the thing is, there's still 2 stocks left for now just Starlight, but it was very briefly both of them. Starlight still remaining alive, this Sidra.
Yep.
And as you can see, he just plays the time, side airing along, making sure that he can extend this stock for as long as possible. That's another thing about the cannon. You know, it has so much, similar to the Lance, I suppose, but just a bit faster. It has so much room it can work with. Out goes Lil Capt, and it'll be iThrow in the 2-on-1, with Starlight only just losing his 2nd stock. Needs to bring this into a 1 versus 1 as fast as possible. Starlight got to be careful. Don't be helping him out here. iThrow just playing it very floaty, almost getting the ground pound, but not quite. Spot dodge to avoid the recovery. Gonna get taken out pretty high, though, the Side Sig will be all she wrote, folks. The 3-0 coming in from Starlight and Wrenched.
Super clean. Starlight and Wrench looks like they kind of regrouped their thoughts, started understanding more how they should be playing. You know, Starlight stopped hating him so much, stopped hitting him as much as he was. Anyways, with that being a 3-0, we are going to be moving on into a short break before we continue on with the losers losers semifinals, and then we have our winners finals, and then finally grands. So yeah, short break. See you guys soon. Love you all. I guess not. I love things. Scrape. so what, man? Scrape. All right, guys. Never mind. I'm being confused. I'm being mixed up. I think we're taking a break now. 5 minutes. Be right back. Love y'all.
What's up, everyone? Our new legend, Petra, has been set free from Terminus in patch 3.45. Having been set free from Terminus, Petra sets her eyes on Brawlhalla with her orb, gauntlets, and dark heart powers. Petra is a new playable legend and will be joining the roster permanently. Petra enters with 3 new skins. Dark Heart Petra. The darkness tried to take over, but now she's in control. Lost World Petra. Feel the primal rage. Source code Petra. She'll hack your heart into pieces. For those in the pursuit for glory, just a kind reminder that the new Ranked Season 13 will start on July 3rd. We have redesigned and updated our daily missions to be more engaging and customizable for players. You can now hold up to 3 missions at a time and replace up to 1 mission per day. A few other notes about the updated daily missions. You will receive 1 new mission a day, but cannot receive a new one while you have 3 unfinished ones. You can also progress toward all 3 missions simultaneously. And new missions include earning KOs with specific weapons, gadget KOs, landing gravity cancel hits, and much more. Localization is now available for Switch players. The game will automatically detect the language setting on your system. You can set your language from the home menu by going to System Settings, System, and then Language. Available languages include Spanish, Portuguese, Russian, Traditional Chinese, Simplified Chinese, French, German, Italian, Japanese, and Korean. We also appreciate and thank the community for their continued help on improving our language options. This week, we've updated the Brawl of the Week to Kung Foot. High five your partner and get ready to compete Rayman style. In Kung Foot, anything goes as you kick, bash, and slash the ball through the opposing team's goal in this 2v2 game mode. First team to score 5 goals wins. We've updated our test features, like adding a new free-for-all map to the experimental cube called Circus. We've also graduated the test feature where the damage meters do not change orders in stock game modes, updated the axe down air and axe ground pound and test features, and tweaked duplex arena's geometry at the bottom of the stage. Check out these updated features and let us know how it feels. Additionally, we've made some game improvements in animation and art, and fixed a few bugs in UI and UX, like where community colors would sometimes fail to appear as a valid team color in matchmaking lobbies when both players own them. This week's legend rotation includes Val, Zariel, Queen Nai, Scarlet, Asuri, Taros, Mordex, and Isaiah. Thanks for watching and enjoy the new legend, Petra. To see the complete patch notes, visit us at Brawlhalla.com.
Come on. Oh, no!
Yeah.
No! Again?
Yeah, that's what you get when you take on the Brawlhalla Master.
These things are whack! 1v1 me, bro. For real!
Yeah, I'll toast your buns again, sure. Want to choose a different character?
Yeah! I choose me!
Whoa.
Yeah! Woohoo! Brawl Jabraic!
Oh, my burrito. Whoa, it's those guys from the game.
What time is it?
Adventure time! Love that bacon hammer.
All I do is win. Got him!
Go for it, PB.
Uh-huh, Princess Bubblegum gonna show you up. Homies help homies.
This place has everything. Ah, did somebody order a combo?
Yeah! Woo! Mathematical! 25 million players!
Dude, that's almost 25.5 million.
Oh, snap! Look out!
Bacon pancakes, making bacon pancakes. Brawlhalla?
Brawlhalla? No, man! Brawlhalla!
Oh. Hey, welcome to Brawlhalla.
This game is...
All right,
Yo.
welcome back. And we just mixed each other up. Script, take it away. I love you so much.
I mean, it's been a pretty crazy. That just kind of sums it up, honestly,
Yeah.
man. Like, it's been such a crazy back and forth kind of day. Like, these games have been really difficult to follow in places. You know, we've had reverse sweeps coming in. We've had players just kind of playing insanely well, but not able to, you know, pull it through. And now I think we're really getting into the spicy stages of it, as it were. Of course, you know, going to be moving back to the winners side of things, where we've got Simba and Santi up against Boomy and Cody Travis. Boomy moving across to the Mordex area is certainly interesting to see.
And they're already just running straight into the game. We finally have the Mordex coming out from Boomy. It is the summer edition doggy, as I like to call it.
3, 2, 1, Brawl.
We saw these two players play together, and okay, I guess happens.
I'm not really sure. Is Boomy...
It's just a quick restart. Something probably happened. It's fine. But that actually gives me time to talk about it. Simba Santi. We saw Santi had the craziest 1v2s back to back to save them a spot in the winners finals. Moving on with that, we also have Boomy, who's playing Jake for the most part of the tournament. Until he was like, all right, we're kind of losing, and I don't like losing. I'm still Boomy after all. I'm going to swap it up. Let me play that Wushang. And that is what he did. That is what he went with. And they managed to reverse, sweep, starlight, and wrenched. As I say that, though, we are now going to a completely new game. This is Winners Finals, however. Simba Santi versus Cody Travis and Temple Storm's very own Boomy.
Yeah, and similar rather, I don't know, similar to the kind of previous game. I feel like, you know, Simba and Santi play this kind of similar style of like, you know, keeping one of them alive type thing, and just sort of playing the stock advantage game type thing, and, you know, holding on to the stocks for as long as possible. Certainly interesting to see early on. Simba getting taken out pretty low, going to return a hell of a lot of damage back on towards Cody Travis, though.
Wow,
a
that
nice little
quick
catch.
team combo, though.
Oh my goodness, but gets spiked so very low by that dare. Not going to get taken out because of it. Boomy,
Nope.
not really looking to commit either with, you know, no weapon and low HP of his own. Holds the ground pound for pretty much as long as he feels necessary. Not quite going to be good enough, though. Oh my goodness, Santi gets sent his way. Is that going to be enough? It will be, and Simba not quite able to get him with the save. It cost him his life as well. It'll be an early stock lead for the Reds.
And I kind of love what Simba is doing here. Every time Santi is close to the enemy, instead of doing an attack of his own, he actually waits for Santi to do an attack, so he can always be ready for a follow-up. He got two really, really cool and super fast follow-ups because of that. But it doesn't matter as much when, you know, Boomy just kind of running at you and trying to take your life.
Oh,
Boomy, what was that?
that is so clean. That is so clean. Not quite able to find the kill off of it. Actually,
close from killing.
I mean, it was so very close. Cody Travis, unfortunately, gets kind of caught up in all the chaos. Boomy is just spamming the SIGs right now on that Mordex. Will eventually go down, but so much damage has been done into the second stocks here, and the good catch coming in from Cody Travis. Of course, you know, you can hit that recovery just slightly off the ground. Looks like you're on the ground, so maybe Simba not expecting that to come in. Santi going to get caught off as well by the SIG of Boomy, and now the gauntlets may be coming into full effect. Simba looking to rotate under the map, going to be able to do so, but it leaves Santi by himself, takes a lot of damage, and it's not looking too good for the Blues. The Reds really coming back into it. You know, we saw them struggle in their first winners game of the day, but just very quickly able to come back into things, and they have not stopped since. The team combo's looking so good, as it's so surprising to see the million-mile ground pound. Are they going to win this with 4 stocks up? That's the real question. Santi now has got a real monumental climb ahead of him, and I don't think it's really going to be doable.
Boomy did such a great job with that. He just didn't care. Just pressed the ground pound button and just went down all the way. Santi made so many 1v2s happen, but this one's probably out of your resume.
Well, a super dominant first game coming in. A super dominant first
Boomy
game.
with those 5 KOs.
Yeah, man.
Having this Mordex pick work out way better than I expected it to. Learned a thing or two from Sandstorm.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you know, obviously there is that. There is also the fact, I mean, Boomy, we saw him kind of pull out a scythe with the Mirage, who I think is a very kind of like basic and simple scythe legend to play. Just because, especially for him with the experience on the other weapon, the Spear, and then he kind of moves across and, you know, is trying new things. I think that's definitely the type of tournament that he's coming in. Cody Travis is probably never going to try new things, let's be real, but, you know, trying a new partner ultimately. But Boomy is looking to just lift his game up to that next level, of course.
Simba trying his absolute best to get that game, but Boomy on the other side, trying to be slick like Sandstorm with these slick hits, man. Doing these scythe grabs left and right, it almost feels unfair because when you get grabbed, you just get sent off stage.
Yeah, true, man. It's kind of the thing with the scythe. Simba is able to make it back on.
Still alive.
Rotates underneath the Great Hall. Oh. Cody Travis not able to find the recovery that probably would have sent Simba out. Boomy's got to be real careful here. Pretty damn low. Wow. The down sig comes in. Of course, moves backwards. The neutral sig not quite going to land. And Simba is able to survive a little while longer. But the first kill coming in for the Reds. The second comes in for the Blues. And it's back to being even. Oh!
Is taken out with that low side air by Simba. And then Simba's taken out by Cody Travis. Once again, we got an equal game. This game couldn't be closer than what it is right now. Okay. Haven't seen that one. Boomy just getting these weird scythe hits. Honestly, oh wow. Boomy is getting reads after reads after reads with scythe, and is not in the exact same way that Sansom would do it, as Sansom normally gets KOs off with it, but he's still getting so much damage every time he does it, taking them from white to orange.
Yeah, looking really clean and just mixing things up. Very versatile at the moment on this side for sure. Santi kind of sending him off. Just need to be careful though. Simba going to get caught out in the air. The side sig, the icicle's not quite able to land. Down sigs, neutral sigs, Boomy just throwing them out. Very hard to punish on that Mordex. It's one of the, maybe bigger issues that players have playing against Mordex is the power of his kit at the moment. Trying to go for a GC down sig all the way at the top end of the map. Oh, not quite able to land the recovery there. The side air lands, not going to kill Cody Travis. However, capitalizes, gets the double as he punishes both Simba and Santi in that order. Beautiful stuff from him. Able to survive a little longer here as well. His teammate will go out, but Cody Travis been looking so very good, as to be expected on the Barraza. And the stock lead very narrowly in favor of the Reds.
This time neutral air goes back up. Honestly, blue team not in the worst position, still very doable. It's just they need to find this KO on Cody Travis before it gets too late. And as I say that, they do. Neutral the recovery. One thing that blue team has, it's team combos, and they got team combos for days.
Yeah, they have looked so very good, and Santi, is not adverse to this 2v1 scenario. That is for sure. Taking out Phazon and Remy a number of times. But Boomy and Cody Travis, slightly scary, especially because Phazon and Remy going for the random, picks. Either way, into the red, player apiece on either side. Very quickly following, though, will be the other two players, so it could go either way. One good sig from any player, really, could turn the tides here.
Oh, that's it.
Cody Travis coming in, down sig on the blasters. Recovery. Okay, side sig comes through from Boomy. It's not going to take out Cody Travis, so it's not the end of the world. Looking to just try and, mind game Santi out.
1v2.
Got to be careful, though.
Does not take out Boomy.
Quite able to finish him off. Santi going to get caught. Weapon toss coming in from Cody Travis. Doesn't quite land as yet. Playing this so very slowly, so very patiently. Santi changes target to the perfect time.
All right.
But Cody Travis capitalizes. So close. Could have gone either way. And I mean, that's only
6 KOs from Cody.
Second game. It was Boomy with 5, right? You said in the first game. So, they're both nuts. They're both nuts, boys. And they're 2-0 up at the moment in the winners final.
And Santi, once again, almost getting that 1v2. This guy has been just doing 1v2s over and over again. However, this time, it was not a normal man to beat. It was Cody Travis. And Cody Travis is one of the hardest players to figure out how to get the last hit on when you're in that red position. Because he just doesn't think like normal people do in Brawlhalla.
Well. Let's see. Can they get the clean 3-0, giving them the maximum confidence going into the grand final? Only time will tell. The boys getting started on the small mammoth fortress. Simba and Santi yet to make it look, doable for them. It's always been tough scenarios. It's always been them fighting from behind. Can they get off to a good start here in this third and what could be the final map? Hell of a lot of damage coming in. Simba, however, has not taken as much as everybody else. It's only left in the orange, all the way down at the bottom end here. Got to be careful. You got, the gotcha kind of style that the gauntlets have, and there it is.
Yep.
The ground pound. Really got to be careful. I was going to say the spikes that are available to the Katars, but just not really able to see it. I think it was Simba going in for a bit of a save, and he actually gets taken down when he wasn't really that deep into the red. So that is certainly something to consider. Out goes Santi, and again, the red team one step ahead, still on the 3 stocks. And it's not quite, over for them yet in their first stock. Boomy again on this side, just looking so good. In and out, stringing here or there, looking to try and find the catches. And everybody surviving maybe a little bit longer on that red team than perhaps they should be. Cody Travis eventually goes out, but Simba's already into the red, and it's just not looking good for the blues here. Boomy going to survive that recovery. He will not survive the second, however.
Oh my. Grave, so far, it's just literally like the last game where they're both sitting in this equal position. Both players trying to take each other. I mean, both teams trying to take each other out. However, I just need to see blue team figure out how to get the KOs early enough. They keep extending their lives for too long. They need to find the KOs on red team and finally find some sort of big lead, because if they don't, they keep losing like they have been.
It's not looking good, eh? It's not looking good. We'll see. We'll see. They're all in the red right now in the second stock. Could really make a difference. Santi kind of saving Cody
Down
Travis there.
He's still alive, though.
Oh, it could go either way. I mean, anything needs to land here, really. Weapon toss coming in. Recovery follows up. Cody Travis, though, with the ground pound. Catches Simba and the haymaker as well. Boomy wants a piece of the action, trying to take out his own teammate, but ultimately, again, they managed to gain the stock lead when it most counts, and they are pulling this one back now into their favor. There was a small window of opportunity for the Blues that, again, they could, pull it in. Gonna have to take out Boomy quickly, but they're both so very scared to go up against him, especially on that side, especially on the Mordex. Not quite able to get the catch, but is certainly doing the damage here. They move back towards Cody Travis. The catch coming in, the ground pound coming in. Oh, the chase dodge is not enough.
They're both dead.
And that will be that. An exciting end. An exciting end to the winners' final. And, I mean, is it really the winners' final? A 3-0 coming in from Boomy and Cody Travis. They don't normally play together, but maybe they should. Super clean from them.
It does not surprise me whatsoever, though, because Cody Travis, honestly, is just a monster in the pairing when he's with Isidru. And besides that, Boomy has been known to be, I mean, he is the best 2v2 player currently in the game, and he has been doing such a great job with multiple teammates. And him doing good with another player like this does not surprise me whatsoever.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't think, it's super surprising, but the scary thing is, when it comes to that grand final, which obviously we'll move back to in a little while, they are just looking really clean, and they really came online towards the tail end of their first set of the day. They're very quickly able to reverse sweep Starlight and Wrenched, who we're going to be seeing again here, seemingly Wrenched especially revitalized on this Sentinel. But Boomy and Cody Travis are the final bosses. They are very scary indeed. But like I say, we've got a couple sets before we see them again. And the question is, who will we see facing off against them? Simba and Santi obviously waiting in that losers final to maybe face them again. But, they brought it really close against Faison and Remy, so it could be tough for them. And they are yet to play against Starlight and Wrench. So I think we're in for an exciting couple of sets here. Faison and Remy once again on the random. Sentinel and Sidra out for Wrenched and Starlight respectively. Let's see then how the coin flip goes. Lucian and Jala. Well,
I mean, Faison, once again, has played a lot of Lucian. Actually, Lucian was the character that he was playing for the most part in CEO. And on the other side, true. Remy with the sword. Remy loves sword, doesn't matter what character it is. However, his axe, kind of meh. But moving on with that, Starlight Wrench been having this weird thing where they kind of struggle and they kind of don't because they're still really good, but then they just can't figure it out together. Will Wrench Sentinel work against Remy and Faison though, even though they are going double random, which has been their narrative the entire time?
Right, so I think they're kind of getting used to it at this point. Ooh, good catch coming in onto Remy though. He's able to survive, but the dare going to take out both. No, not quite. The recovery
doesn't touch.
Oh,
he touches.
Oh, he did touch. He did touch. He's able to survive. He's able to rotate under, and that could really make the difference. It's still a really quick gimp onto Remy though, and it's kind of one of the issues with having this Jala in play.
Oh,
only the 4 defense is not really ideal.
Our Wrench is taken out. Based on being challenged with Nair on Cannon. Bit suicidal if you may ask me, but... And then Starlight with that perfect down there.
Yeah, and I mean, the movement there from Faison, not really ideal. Kind of, playing it super safe, and Starlight was like, I'm just going to let you burn everything then. I'm not coming anywhere near you until I absolutely have to. So, tough for sure in terms of the mind games off stage.
Oh my, Remy with that super good recovery. Guess that KO on Starlight that they really needed at this moment. Kind of equals up the matches. Starlight trying to find a weapon. Remy with that neutral stick and actually KOs Wrenched.
I mean, that's the thing. He's got so much damage coming in, and kind of the kill boxes, I suppose, on Mammoth Fortress not huge. And Remy, I think, is now figured start using a bit more SIGs because I might end up taking people out early.
Yep, and Wrench honestly was taken from, I don't know, white to orange in less than 5 seconds. This is not looking too good for Wrench right now. But I say that takes out Remy one in there. Positions somewhat equalized. Wrench is a bit more damaged though.
Yeah, they're gonna have to. Oh,
Phase on.
Does he have enough to get back? He doesn't.
Nope,
He didn't have anything. He caught him before he touched the ground. I was gonna say, you know, if they manage to take out Phase on quickly, bring it into kind of, you know, 3 stocks.
Oh, look at Phase on using this 1 frame ground pound. That is so hard to do, by the way. Getting that instant release ground pound as he's doing it. Also, he just barely, I don't even know how he did that. He like dashed off and hit the platform and still got it down there. He like bounced off it. Phase on with this, showcase a little bit of tech skill in Brawlhalla, huh?
Yeah, bro. He's good, man.
Kinda is, huh?
Either way, we'll see. I mean, Starlight surely just delaying the inevitable, which he's been great at doing, to be honest, across the course of the day.
Yep.
Ooh, okay.
Takes out Phase on. Still possible.
I know, he's got to be careful, though. You know, taking any kind of damage from that Jala is quite big. Quite big, really.
Oh.
Ooh.
Remy is just using down
Remy's
sigs
really
after down
going for it
sigs.
with the down sigs. It's so fast, and eventually it just pays off.
I mean, Jala down sig on sword may as well be a line attack. That move has close to no recovery frames and just comes out so fast. Has insane force, has insane damage, really great starter frames. Honestly, just nerf that move already. Moving on. Still playing double random. I don't think they will at this point. I think it's safe to assume that they are probably never going to swap off of that. Phazon gets his actual 2v2 main though, which is Wushang. Remy does not play that much Brint, so not his main. On the other side, we still have Wrench picking Sentinel. Still feels like it's going to work out. Starlight on his iconic Sidra.
Yeah, it looks so cool in that skin as well. But, I mean, you know, it's one of those things. It's like where they get a bad sort of random 2v2 for both of them. They'll be like, oh, well, maybe this is not so good of an idea. And then the next game, they'll get someone that they're actually suited to, and then it'll really work out. And they'll be like, actually, let's stick with this, boys. Can you imagine if they're able to pull this off with the double random the whole way? People are going to be pretty mad with that. Phazon using, oh my god, looking so good. As he lands a number of 6, Remy's going to kill himself. But at the very least, they're able to trade one back. But Wrenched, what the hell has just happened?
I bet you Phazon's like, yo, Remy, look at this. And Remy's just like, oh, I'm looking.
Yeah, like, look how well I'm using the goddamn platform, dude. This is why we pick Mammoth Fortress, boys. Look. But yeah, not ideal. A lot of down airs coming in from Phazon. It'll be even back up. Watch out, man. You're hitting your own teammate a fair amount. But it is kind of even back up, apart from the fact that Starlight is stuck off the side here. He can't get back up. When he does, he's left in the red. Not great. Gonna land a great ground pound, though. Oh, and Remy. Dead, that is so tough. Just the of course, diagonal angle it goes off at. Phazon has nothing. Wrenched again, gonna get the catch. Remy, he gets a catch of his own, but in comes the save. Still had the recovery. Wrench so good on the Katars right now. Looking to stay alive, and Starlight is allowing it to happen. This is so crazy off the side right now as the Reds seemingly coming out on top of the chaos. Remy will at least take down one. They've got to deal with Wrench quickly. Not able to get the catch off the back of the neutral, but Axe recovery hits him right at the back of the 360 and will send him. There's no coming back from that one, boys.
Starlight just came back, trying to find a weapon. Only player without a weapon currently on this map. And Remy finding these spear hits. Phazon getting hit in a combo with him. Is red. Wrench. Down there is going to be it. Red team in the lead. Can Remy do this? Side-sig?
I'm going to send him out. He could have really done with the kill there. However, not going to be enough, and beautiful spacing from Wrenched to find the side air that sends him out. And I mean,
Wrench
the
has been
damage there
so
is like
consistent.
the damage is pretty crazy. There was like 230 for Starlight, 400 for Wrench, and like 550 for Remy. But just so many like kind of gimps coming in early on.
Yup. It was just gimps left and right. Didn't matter who it was. Both teams only had gimps almost. However, as I was saying, Wrench has been very consistent with how he's playing Hammer Sayers, at least. Every Sayer that he has done, whether it's a dash jump Sayer, whether it's a falling Sayer, whether it's just a jump Sayer, whether it's a Sayer connecting from the downlight, he has been connecting and hitting these. That is in kind of Wrench fashion. He has one of the higher accuracies in the game. Has to do with how he plays guitars. However, Phazon, once again, back on the Yumiko, and he actually did a great job on it last time. But
Yeah,
Remy playing
that's
Ragnar,
true,
now
to be
that
fair.
is an off pick.
Yeah, but I don't know. The strength of the Ragnar at the moment definitely could be workable for him, but you know, where we've seen like Tiffany performing really well with some great like dash, neutral six, etc.
Wrenching. Oh my lord!
Beautiful timing, and they both go out. They both go out. And it's Phazon and Remy straight back into things, straight back into it with a lead. We are in once again for a pretty long slobber knocker on this one. I think it's really, really close between these two teams.
Did you really just say slobber knocker?
Yeah, man.
Well, all right. My brain's broken.
Oh, Phazon, bro.
Apparently his brain is broken too.
Just going for the rotation under the map. Getting destroyed. Not ideal, boys. And that could really make a difference, honestly. I suppose Remy's still got his third stock, to be fair, and he's looking to hold on to it for as long as possible.
Oh, range,
Starlight getting thrown about. The side sig coming in, not going to take him down as yet. It will be Phazon to find him with the ground pound, though. And they're right back into a comfortable position now, still with Remy on the 3 stocks. Feeling really good about it, and Wrench deep into the red here as well. Remy looking for his opportunity. He will get it. He will go down for it, but he's happy for that. You know, that's the thing. When you're on those 3 stocks, you can take the riskier plays because you just have a lot more room to work with.
Remy's doing such a great job so far. Honestly, I think Ragnar is one of the weirder characters for him. Him doing great on it. I mean, it's Remy. Doesn't surprise me. Remy contesting Wrench off stage. Oh, he just recovered. Still doesn't matter. Still alive. I don't know what's going on. It's going both players are playing off stage, although red team can't afford it because any hit and they will die. Oh, Starlight getting this magic carpet.
A little bit. I mean, you know, again, it is looking close, but it's just the fact that there's only 1 stock apiece left for the red team. Now 0 for Wrenched. Starlight, what can you get done, my friend? Will manage to take out 1. Surely Phazon deals with him soon, though. Not looking too likely. And again, in with the clean dares. He needed that gimp. He needed that ground pound, though, because I think it's going to be tough for him once we move back onto stage and they start playing safe. Okay, Starlight, hold on a second. Does a hell of a lot of damage and is getting so much done right now on this cannon, making it look hella close. They've got to be very careful, surely, on the blue team.
Oh, that's it.
But there it is. It's a neutral. The down sig, rather, coming in from Ragnar, going to finish him off.
2-1 for Phazon and Remy. This time on Ragnar and Yumiko. Honestly, I'm surprised we haven't seen these weirder character pick. Like, where's like Cross? I want to see like a Cross, man. Like, I just want these more awkward 2v2 characters to be played, but none of them are coming out yet. It seems like RNGesus is with their sides.
Indeed.
Remy and Phazon still going around them as per usual. Starlight and Wrench need to figure something out in their gameplay now.
Well, let's see. What is going to be that change? We are
They're trying to
waiting a
find which
little while
mouse to
here.
ban.
Yeah, they're
Now
really...
Starlight swapping to Dusk. What?
What? Bruh.
I don't know.
Bruh. So, of all the Orb legends, he is the weakest, for sure. Just because I think the kit's not quite as good as some of the others, you know, the stats and things. But...
So, as an Orb, it's not too bad, but his spear is just not good.
Right.
The people that have been saying that his spear sticks are usable, it's just not up to standard with the other Orb characters currently. However,
Right.
his orb signatures are pretty decent. They work in a lot of weird scenarios.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of that, you know, if you're going to play someone with orb, there are better picks, honestly. However, I think he's kind of maybe taking a leaf out of the book of Phazon and Remy and just being like, look,
Yep.
you're going to come in with the random picks, so am I, boys. However,
And
Ada and Thor, not so random. They're actually very, very, very workable 2v2 picks. Especially
They
for
are
Phazon.
indeed. Phazon on that comfortable Ada. Remy, however, definitely does not play orb whatsoever. So it is always fun to see him. However, Jesus Starlight has some tactics, knows how to do some things.
Ooh, Wrench trying to find some damage here. On that hammer, some team damage coming in from Phazon. A
that
little bit
downline
messy,
stand
but it kind
grab
of
him.
works out. Wrench actually not going to get taken down, though. Phazon with the spike downwards. Is it going to be enough? Not quite. Spear side air comes in from Starlight, but not able to finish off. There are so many low HP players here. Oh, Starlight, though, he bonks his head, trying to avoid Phazon, who's looking to just edge forward. The precision on the side sig. Wrench going to be down
Wrench
to his
on his
final
last
stock.
stock already.
Not ideal. They're looking to try and stay in this one, boys. It's really
Wrench-
not looking good. Again, Wrench kind of dropping off somewhat towards the tail end of the set.
Wrench kind of dying way too early on this. It hadn't gone 1 minute 30 seconds and he already lost both his stocks.
Yeah.
Not looking too good for this game, and that's not what they need. Remy with this crazy read. He's actually crazy at this game.
I mean, looking pretty damn good, isn't he, on this thought? Ooh, got to be careful, though. Kind of gets his teammate a little bit strung up in the down sig. Trying to combo these sigs right now on the orb. Oh, not quite able to find the kill. Starlight. It doesn't look super comfortable on the Dusk, ultimately. Maybe the weapons,
Guess
but
it
definitely,
butterfly.
you know, not the champion. Not the legend.
Wrench needs to figure out some beautiful way of surviving all of this, and I don't think he's doing that active frames from that signature.
Okay. We'll take out Remy. It's at least even in terms of the stocks. Wrench, though, surely that's enough. It is. Even from
Yep.
all the way down there, he's taken so much damage. Phazon going to come back. Starlight goes down as well as he gets caught. Hadn't touched the wall. He's now going to get through 3 stocks on a champion, a legend rather. I've got to stop calling them champions, but all the same.
Yep.
He's just not super comfortable on this legend. And it's kind of plain to see, if I'm being honest. He was trying to pull out a bit of a spooky pick, and it has backfired. But you never know. Maybe he can pull it off. Sticking to the spear at the moment so he can use that range and just stay away from, you know, both of his opponents, trying to isolate the 1 versus 1s. Recovery to take down Ada, and now he's got a bit of a chance, as he will manage to get himself the double GC, I believe. All the same, looking really, really good. And now Thor is left in the red. It is certainly doable.
Starlight, honestly, holding it like he's doing his absolute best, but I just can't see this happening.
Yeah.
Gets hit by that, he's not gonna make it back. And Remy with that BM play almost trying to get this awkward bouncing on him, did not hit it. Phazon with 6 KOs. Oh my lord.
Yeah, it's pretty nice, isn't it, when you kind of your tournament life a little bit on the line, so to speak. They want to be cleaning it up there rather than taking it to the 5th game, and you get one of your most comfortable picks. It's always nice. Going for the randomizer strat seems to be relatively effective. I don't know. Like we've been saying, there's not been too many really, really spooky, difficult picks for them to work with. Honestly,
Nope.
Starlight picking the Dusk seemed to be more of a hindrance than Phazon and Remy going too, you know, random. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It's an interesting strat, but it seems to be working.
Now, we will be moving on, and FaZe and Remy keep playing. This time, they're up against Simba and Santi, which is actually the team that they originally lost to, where Santi and Simba did this reverse sweep at the end and managed to take them out because Santi, for some reason, just decided to be like, you know what, I'm going to win every single 1v2 out there in the world. So, will we see the same happen? Will we see the repeat of it? Or will FaZe and Remy be able to take this double random pick all the way into Grand Finals?
Well, let us find out. Phazon on the Roland. Remy is on the Val, though. Relatively comfortable pick for him, for sure. So, probably going to have to do most of the grunt work on this one. Just because I don't think Phazon is going to be super comfortable, in all honesty. Maybe on the sword, but
oh my
definitely not. Santi takes him off the top. And that is going to be a very quick first stop coming in. Doesn't matter what kind of HP you're on. Santi looking really, really good on those gauntlets, and that could be the kind of play that gets his confidence rolling, of course, here in the Losers Finals. They want the opportunity to play against Boomy and Cody Travis, to play for that top spot, and they've already, of course, played against Phazon and Remy and beaten them, so they're confident coming into it.
Remy just downlighted all 3 of them 2 times. And then he downloaded it again because he wanted one downlight without his teammate in it. He kept hitting his teammate with it along with the enemy. Finally found the one downlight that did not have his teammate in it, and then he decided to finally go for recovery. That was pretty funny. Also kind of slick.
Oh, Remy playing with
fire.
Simba. Gonna get, I mean, what, like a little bit hit? I'm not quite sure. I think he thought he touched and he hadn't, unfortunately. So Remy now, you know, still being in on this 3rd stop. Relatively tanky Val is definitely workable. Just looking to stay alive really with the sword, as you can see. Just getting the 1 hit, using the double chase dodge. Playing it super, super safe.
Wow, blue team kind of just avoiding attacks while red team is doing their absolute best to find hits. Remy finally taken out. Phazon in a 1v2 scenario. This is a power play moment. They can't take out Phazon here to make the lead in their favor. Simba. Oh, Remy with the save.
Well, Phazon's got to be really careful here. He is indeed very patient.
And he survives though. It's taken out this time.
It will eventually get taken down, but it's one of those issues with the Lance. It's so very telegraphed kind of way you're moving, especially with the recovery keeping you in place for a good amount of time. It just means that, you know, the reads, the mind games and things are a hell of a lot easier. You see, it has kind of been swung back in favor actually of Santi and Simba, because Remy quite deep into the red, where Simba not so much. Been playing very, very clean Brawlhalla so far and able to just stay alive. Seems to be something that they do very well. They last so very long kind of on their lonesome, these 2 players. Simba and Santi certainly the dark horses of the tournament for sure, and they've definitely been proving why. Looking very, very good, as they will actually gain a stock lead. Phazon as well into the red, not looking good for him. Simba is able to survive even longer. Phazon's just immediately getting rid of...
Phazon's just staying behind.
Yeah, and I mean, he just tosses the lance away immediately, so he can go onto something that is at least, you know, semi-comfortable on. The side air going to take him out, though. Black hole coming in. Not quite perfect, but looks like maybe, surely. No, not quite.
Dropping his combos.
Remy holds that one, and it allows Simba to get in after the active frames, of course, and taking him out. So the Reds, relatively dominant first game going their way.
Now, Simba and Santi getting that first game is so important to this entire set. It gives them a slight advantage at the end if the games continue going on where they get the map that they want in a 2-2 scenario. However, we're just going to move on. Phazon gets Bryn, has happened. Remy gets one of his mains, which is that Hattori. He is so good on this Hattori. It would not surprise me if he actually just straight up pops off this game.
Well, let us see then. How is it going to go? Phazon, I mean, you know, could definitely work on that spear for sure.
Yes.
But it is, you know, the last 2 picks for him on this randomizer strat. He's struggled on kind of one of the weapons ultimately, so it definitely does hinder him that he can kind of only play half the legend. But we'll see. Like you say, Remy, comfort pick for sure. And
Remy hits that side sig, and then Phazon hits him with a side air while he's in the side sig for extra damage. At the end there as well, Phazon hits the side sig. They get an early lead. I think they're going to take this match relatively comfortably. And to say that, Phazon falls down with the slide charge down sig, looking like Isidru with that one, and gets the KO. Super clean.
Yeah, they're definitely looking a hell of a lot more comfortable coming into this one. And, you know, I feel there is maybe an argument to be made if they'd have played this like 100% seriously. I'd say they're probably at like kind of 85% seriousness factor. then it could have been a relatively simple kind of tournament for them. They've looked really good despite hindering themselves in most of their games. Some of the times it goes well for them on the randomizer, but a lot of the time, you know, there's been situations where one of them's been uncomfortable. If, you know, heaven forbid, they're both on Legends they're not really comfortable on, then suddenly the game becomes unwinnable. But even if they're just kind of at 1.5 strength, we still give them the benefit of the doubt. However...
King combo?
Oh,
not gonna be it.
They can take Phazon out quickly
That's
here.
it,
Nice
though.
recovery coming in from Santi. They've actually found themselves a stock lead. They've also got Remy alone to do some damage. They are looking to do said damage. A little bit coming in. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Phazon's going to be into the orange already. Stepping it up here on the red team as they are now the ones in the lead. Maybe we spoke a bit too soon. It's kind of fallen by the wayside for the Blues, and red team definitely capitalizing on that fact. Simba
Santi
moving
has
in.
been such an MVP with the Gauntless play so far. He's been finding early KOs in both this match and the other match. Honestly, Santi's such a different player online versus what he is offline. I played against him. This is not what it looked like. He's so much better in this home environment, I guess. Hits both Simba and Remy with that down stick. Is not enough to get the KO, though.
But, I mean, we've talked about the mental game kind of all day. Obviously, being at LAN is scary. It's different. You know, you've got to get used to that kind of setup in front of a crowd right next to your opponent. You know, can really mess with your head. And
That's going to be it.
He's just looked pretty comfortable here. Remy, can he get it done? Maybe, you know. Maybe. They're both pretty low. And
It's
like
possible.
we said, he's on that comfort pick. This would be a hell of a 2 versus 1 to pull off for sure.
Santi's just one good hit away. Remy slowly building it back up as well. New strength in there. Both players tossing their weapons away. I don't know about that one, Chief. Oh, it drops!
We'll see here. This could certainly have been, you know,
Double
the
edge
difference
guard
maker.
position. They're terrified. Look at
They
that
are
man's
so
dominance.
scared as he will get the down air. Isolate to 1 versus 1 for now.
Recovery.
Simba looking after himself, though.
He's in such a good position for this 1v2 now. Almost any hit of both players will take them out.
Yeah, and they know it. They're playing so very passively, trying to stack on top of each other so they can at least punish. Catch comes in. Not really able
There.
to capitalize. Simba a
Weapon
bit more
toss.
damage.
Recovery.
Oh,
He's dead.
Remy, that's so
Perfect
good.
punish on
Gets
that.
to dodge. Gets underneath him so he can get the
There.
recovery in. The Sair not going to finish him off. However, the
Okay.
second one will. He
Oh.
had to get back somehow. Playing with our
Everyone's
heartstrings on that one for sure.
dropping, man. Lim was like, wait a minute. Honestly, why are we losing this? What are we doing? Wait. My teammate is dead. You know what? Sair. And it works out.
Mental stuff for sure.
Now, we will be going into our third game for the day. I mean, for this set. And once again, Remy is on, what? Wait, what character is that?
I believe is his guy
That's
Jiro.
Mirage? Jiro? That's Jiro?
Yeah,
Why does it
bro.
look like Mirage skin? What? Okay, you know what? Never mind. I'm getting confused with that one. Anyways, FaZe Art playing that Lin Fei. I've never seen him play Lin Fei. This is gonna be interesting. And
Remy's on
Simba and
the
Santi only need
Jiro,
one more
man.
game.
Listen, this is where, kind of for me especially, you know, I hadn't really heard of him a great deal when I was starting to get into Brawl, and then he had that one run. I can't remember which tournament it was at. I think it was at a DreamHack quite a few months ago, and he just pulled out the Jiro and was impressing everybody. Really impressed me in the one game that I watched. So for me, I kind of feel like the Jiro is super good for him. The only issue is, again, those stats don't quite suit a 2 versus 2 scenario. Low defense is not really you know, ideal. Especially when you're working on the scythe, you're trying to, you know, get those long strings. If you get punished, suddenly you find yourself taking a hell of a lot of damage. So maybe not the best in the 2 versus 2 scenario, and it kind of shows here early on. They are left down into a stock disadvantage, a pretty heavy stock disadvantage actually. Will be brought back now just to the 1, but I mean, they've taken very little damage here on the red team. However, will be brought back 2 stocks apiece, but Remy is into the orange already. You know, these small differences really having a big impact. Okay, needed to get those nairs. My goodness, perfectly timed nairs from Remy to keep him alive. as he battles back, as he fights back up the side. Neutral Sig coming in as well from Phazon to take out Simba, and now it's actually a lead for the Blues.
Yep. I was very scared of Blue Team because they were in such a rough position at the start of the game, but now with them almost, I mean, being in the lead now, looking a bit better. Are they able to actually take it to another game, or will this be the end of their double random adventures?
Well, we'll see. We will see. Brought back 2 versus 1. Phazon's actually pretty low. Could really, you know, make the difference here as out he will go. No, not quite. Survives a little while longer. Either way, looking relatively good. Oh, the catcher's not quite coming in. It is certainly a difficult one at this point in time. Santi is relatively low as well. Phazon trying to get what he can with the cannon. The ground pound lands. Oh, the weapon toss, though, might just have screwed him. Oh, dodges out narrowly.
Simba, that's
Nair.
the
Simba 2v1ing.
Nair into touch. I have no idea how Simba did that. He barely nairs and still manages to touch. Doesn't even use a chase outs for it. That was the clutchest touch I've seen in my life.
Back into the 1 stock all across the board then. Remy relatively low. Of course, this is kind of another pick where it's like, it would have been preferable for Phazon to be on it, and you never know, maybe he could have carried the mantle, but we'll see. Santi's into the orange. There is a slight HP advantage, a small HP advantage. Weapon toss is coming in. Simba's able to actually get his back, then throws it at his teammate. It's so very crazy. Gets the spike downwards, but Remy is able to survive a little while longer. The grounded recovery lands, but Phazon will capitalize. It's all onto Santi. A bit of a hard commit. Doesn't quite get the dare, though. Remy coming in with the ground pound. Doesn't quite land it himself. Recovery does not send him far enough. Santi looking for the punishers. They are getting
once again
PTSD flashbacks right now. The double recovery brings it into the 1 versus 1. Phazon on an uncomfortable pick in this situation. Santi, meanwhile, loving the Val. Dodges at the right time. Not quite perfect from Phazon. He's trying his damnedest to win this, but he is denied a weapon once again. Ser comes through, knocks him out. Santi has full control. Trying to bait out the dodge. Trying to get the ground pound. Very risky stuff. Will avoid the down Sig, but it's all so very close. Phazon, no, he's not able to get it. Santi survives, but the recovery will do it. My goodness.
Oh, I was about to say, is Santi going to win another 1v2? He's been winning too many of those.
Yeah.
Santi.
Too many, mate.
Oh boy, Phazon on the terrace. Oh boy, it happened. Oh nah. Well, now they finally got a character that's a bit more awkward. A bit more, I guess, not usable.
I suppose. Did Remy pick this guy?
Yes. No, it just got picked again.
Wow, dude.
You know, I read a review one time where Spotify used to have something called True Random, but then people were saying that, oh, it's not random, I keep getting the same songs. Apparently, if you have something be true, like truly random, it's less, it feels less like random than it should be.
Okay.
So, I mean, maybe we have that going on here, where BMG has like a true random system going on, and it's just not feeling like random.
Ooh, the hard commit. The hard commit coming in from Phazon. Will find that one is actually saved as Santi needed to get back on. Surely deals with him quickly, though. I mean, we'll see here. Definitely hard to tell. Trying to get it in the unarmed, not quite landing, though. Swaps back across to the sword. Phazon just sigging away.
Phazon doing a great job so far.
Yeah, I mean, he's been looking pretty good. That Terros does a hell of a lot of damage is the thing. You know, his weapons are so beefy, but again, he's very fat. He's very slow. You know what I mean? It's
hey man,
a very different
no body
vibe.
shaming. It's 2019.
No, of course. But you know, he's very slow. He's very slow, dude. Just in terms of the decks as well. So he's easy to punish. It's a real tough one to get your head around.
That Minotaur trying his absolute best to move around. Santi finally loses his first stock. I thought Red Team was losing until I realized that Santi actually has been holding on his third stock for such a long time. Simba is taken out at the end there, though. Phazon so far not looking too bad on this terrorist pick. It's so awkward. I love it.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those things they're definitely not ready for. You know, we were kind of talking about there's no legend that really, you know, makes life super easy for you, but there are a few that maybe are a bit too difficult. Nice little team combo. And like I was saying, I think Teros is one of those where if you pick him, you're at a bit of a hindrance. It's just weapons-wise, stats-wise, not perfect, really. Sigs are brilliant and hilarious, you know, but...
Yeah, they can work. I mean, especially if you can get a team combo going with them. However, on their own, not necessarily the best. Teros is very slow. Honestly, this may be the doom for them, but who knows? They still got their stocks, they still got their lives. Anything can happen.
Very, very true. We will see. Can they make that anything happen? That's the real question at this point in time.
Simba very damaged.
Oh,
Phazon with
Phazon
that
holding
extreme ground pound.
And that'll be
And
Simba
that was
going out.
pretty much what they needed. Now, once again,
maybe
Santi in this 1v2, he has been doing it.
He's got 2 stocks. It's doable. I've got to eliminate this first stock quickly, and Remy catches it with the sword nair, spiking him upwards.
Falling down. Very safe.
Still, they're both very low. They'll deny him a weapon at least for now, looking to try and do it again, but he's on to the gauntlets. Can be tough though. Gauntlets in a 2v1 again, as we've said. Difficult to kind of string things out. You can be very easily punished, but the recovery does a lot of damage. Lands it onto 1, not quite the second.
Wow,
Side 6 coming in, takes out 1. The tanky Teros survives a little while longer. Surely, though, surely he has full control. And as we said, Teros not the best of 1 versus 1 characters, in all honesty. And Phazon not comfortable on it. Trying to use his movement and spacing. But he's really not looking good. He's just looking so kind of janky. Does get the nair. It's bits of damage here or there. Bringing Santi now into the red. Trying to start things up with the weapon toss. Playing it super, super passive. Sticking to the sword. He's feeling more confident with it. Happy to wait for the wall slip Phazon. You've got to come to him. He's going to try and find something to open it up here, because surely Santi, you know, has slightly better openers. Neutral Sig catches him.
Santi.
And Santi does it again.
800 damage. Dude, Santi, this entire tournament, I've said it too many times. I sound like a broken record at this point. He's been winning every single 1v2 almost. He has a higher 1v2 ratio than in winning than he does losing them. That is actually absolutely nuts. And not to even mention Phazon and Remy though, with this enormous double random pick, taking them all the way to 3rd place. I mean, you have people trying so hard, trying their absolute best just to get like top 8, and then these 2 dudes roll up with random and then make it all the way to 3rd. That's a statement to be said. However, Santi Simba looking so scary, looking so good. Santi, especially with these 1v2s, he's honestly been doing way too many of those. Simba should be just, I don't know, giving him the biggest massage of all time, because that is just crazy. Now, Scriv, where are we? What are we waiting for? What's going to happen now?
Well, I mean, that's the real question. It seems like we're waiting for Boomy to decide what he wants to play.
God damn it, Scriv. I mean, this is the grand finals, dude. This is
I know, dude. I know. I'm excited. I was waiting to hit it, you know, getting into game. We'll see where the map ends up. We were waiting for Boomy to choose. He comes into the grand finals with the Rayman. With the taped on mustache. I love this skin. Honestly, Rayman is actually hilarious. But let us see. Mammoth Fortress going to be fighting things out, coming into the grand finals, of course. Brawl at the Beach, NA 2v2s. Who are we going to be crowning the champions? Are we going to be seeing any resets coming in from Santi and Simba? Only time will tell, as these are the 2 cleanest teams. You know, obviously they've made it to the grand finals, but it's been a fairly kind of easy run for them, to be honest. A little bit tougher, I suppose, for Boomy and Cody Travis initially, but once they won that reverse sweep, they have looked so very good. They've looked so very scary. But Boomy coming in with kind of the BM pick. Wow. Oh my god, goes so low. Reversal. Gets the down air, and the first kill going to come in for the red team.
Now, here's the thing. Boomy on that Boulevard is honestly doing such a great job so far. Getting these crazy reversals off stage. Something I was not expecting. Oh, this might be the pick for the rest of the tournament.
Oh, I mean, maybe. We'll see. Cody Travis going to go out. Boomy as well, not attempting to get back. I'm a bit unsure what happened there, bro. But either way, they're so very red on this red team, to be honest, in color and HP. Santi, however, is still on his third stock. And that could be the difference maker,
Santi
really.
fashion. Santi's just been always keeping his stocks, and then I said a Boomy with the side sig just slaps him.
I mean,
says,
very rarely works, honestly, man. It has such a little range, but a good catch from Boomy nonetheless. They need to get rid of another kind of stock here, though, on the red team, because, you know, Santi, sure, he holds onto the third stock for so very long, but Simba is the one that falls behind, and it's been tough, to say the least. You know, again, the Blues just seem to be that one step ahead, playing actually really, really well together, and Boomy, again, just proving he can play whatever the hell he likes. Goes for the slide sig off, but not gonna land it. 2 sigs being lined up.
Taken out.
One of them lands, and yeah, indeed, they're both now onto the final stock. Simba, is that going to be enough? Oh, not quite. Not quite. Space it out perfectly. Boomy just using these sigs on Rayman. Is this the pocket pick of the century? I'm not sure. It's pretty crazy stuff, honestly. Oh,
I mean, he's looking really good on it as well. However, Simba does get that new sig onto Cody Travis. They do have this win condition here. It is possible, however, Simba is so deep red at this point. It's very, very dangerous when you're playing against something like Axe, especially when it's double axes, where any of those 2 hits will probably spell your doom. And I say that Simba is in a very, very scary position. There, that's it.
Oh, beautiful catch coming in from Boomy. I mean, he's so good at it with the timings, man. So good at it. Unarmed, you know, with a scythe, with a pair of gauntlets, whatever it may be. He's just so good at catching those team combos, really. It's like, listen, Cody Travis, mate, get out of the way. This is my kill.
That's it. Nope, not yet. Boomy, I don't know about that one. Well.
The mind games, dude, the mind games.
He knew he was dead, I guess, because I didn't. I mean, that's why he's playing, I guess. I have no idea what just happened. Boomy just ran it down.
All right, and they're going to go back to the Mammoth Fortress. They are looking to clean this one up pretty quickly. Of course, Simba and Santi coming up from the lower bracket does mean that they have to not only win this first match, they have to also win the one after to get the reset on the bracket. So that's the advantage, of course, that you have with staying in the winner's bracket all day. And the question, you know, is, will Boomy and Cody Travis find themselves going undefeated across the course of the day? I mean, if they can win it, you know, in the first match here, which doesn't often happen. A lot of, you know, grand finalists that come up from the winner's bracket do kind of get a bit complacent and end up, you know, losing that first game. And then they'll come in and be like, okay, now I'll pick, you know, something super serious. But Cody Travis and Boomy have just been playing so well together. I say that just as Boomy sigs Cody Travis, but all the same, you know, beautiful combos to find the first kill. And they're only just hitting the orange. Santi almost getting taken out as well. Boomy looking to finish him off with the point-blank ground pound.
What? Cody? Cody?
Oh, what the hell?
Cody!
What is going on, dude?
Okay.
I mean, Simba's just been gimped off, man.
Cody just straight up covered Simba 2 times when Boomy was there trying to edgeguard him. At the end, Cody prevents Simba to touch the wall, and then Boomy knows this, and he's like, you know what, Cody? I know it's your life, and I know you... No way! Okay.
Oh my goodness, the return from Simba at the very least to find Boomy's first stock, but is it going to be enough? I'm not so sure, honestly.
Had Simba gotten killed off the top there, I would have just screamed.
They just work, you know, it just seems to not gel together, but like, it's chaotic, and they're both cool to work within that kind of an environment, really. Boomy, not too hard of a commit. Down goes Santi to his final stock. Simba as well, going to kill himself. A bit of a low one from him. Happens from time to time, and now we get to see the team combos coming in to their full fruition, boys. It was looking so good.
Yo, that bait from Boomy. Boomy just charges weapon throws it down, spots on Santi, and then picks it up. That was actually really, really slick. What is going on?
Well, Cody
Oh, no.
is actually
Oh,
getting...
no.
Oh, okay. All right. At least he's in for the
Okay.
save.
Oh,
But then
and then
he
he
sends him
kills
back
him
down.
again?
What the hell's going on? What the hell is going on, boys?
Scriv.
Oh,
Okay.
Boomy not going to go out.
He's
All right. Fair enough.
What is going on?
Jesus. I mean, Santi's got some 2v1s in his time here today at the Brawl at the beach, but unfortunately, I think this one's going to be a bit too tough for him. It will indeed.
What
so.
are you? What are? Hello? Why?
He's just like, GG, go next, man. GG, go next. I don't know, dude. I don't know.
That's such
Are you
a
still with?
question
All
mark
right, we're
moment.
still here. We're still.
That is like actually the
I
most
thought you just like
question
got
mark
up out your
moment.
chair, like walking around, like what am I?
I
watching?
was for a moment. I was literally questioning my own existence. Like, is this a simulation? Because that makes no sense.
Ay, ay, ay. Well, as we've said, they're looking relatively good here. Boomy and Cody Travis working really well together, up 2-2. The question at the moment is whether, you know, Simba and Santi can deny the 3-0 in the grand finals. Definitely not what we were expecting. You know, these guys, obviously with the double bracket kind of system, sometimes you do get teams playing each other a couple times throughout the day.
Yep.
Not being the case on this one, and maybe that has worked in favor, you know, of Boomy and of Cody Travis, as they are just playing their own game and they're playing it perfectly, to be honest. And that whole kind of Santi pop-off under pressure game plan that the Reds have been using for so very long has just not really had chance to work as yet.
Nope. This map is so good for Rayman because the platforms are so good to abuse to get the charged version of Rayman attack. And what? Boomy's stealing that KO. That would have killed anyways, and he doesn't care.
Oh
What are these
my
team
God,
combos?
boys!
They're being taken out by this Rayman by this Bolvar and Barraza comp, dude. My brain is actually melting.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, he's trying to disguise himself, but not doing a great job. Hopefully the mustache does not fall off. That sellotape is the real MVP, to be honest. Either way, it is looking relatively good. Still only on their first stocks here on the blue team, looking to try and make their way back in. They'll both get taken out in unison,
Synchronized.
however.
Looking like Olympic team with that one. I think this has possibly been one of the weirdest, if not the craziest, grand finals I've seen so far when it comes to just like raw weirdness. Like, I don't even mean like gameplay, I just mean like weird stuff happening.
Yeah.
Because that's all I'm seeing right now.
That's sick. One of the
Cody
most
Travis,
annoying
dude.
sounds in the game. Boomy knows it.
Oh, boy.
Holding the dancing as well. Simba looking to try and find some kind of a gimp here. Not going to happen. Able to survive a little while longer himself. As Santi comes in to join the fun. Down goes
Oh,
Simba.
my Lord.
And they have got a pretty
Oh,
hefty
no.
stock lead right now. It is
Oh,
looking
no.
so very good for the Blues, in all honesty.
Oh, he's dead.
And surely that's going to be it.
And
what
with
a
that-
way to finish, boys. Boomy and Cody Travis.
and Boomy are your Brawl at the Beach NA 2v2 champions, and I am actually so surprised. That was the fastest 3-0 I have seen. This is the most random team with a Rayman pick. What happened?
I don't know. We were like super hyped coming into that one. We thought it was going to be like so good, you know, really difficult to call. Who's going to take it? Who's it going to be? You know, and it just kind of, I don't know, seemed to be like the most simple kind of like grand final that we've seen. I think the two of us, obviously, you a hell of a lot more experience with the casting and things, but like they hadn't played each other. We were like, this is going to be super close. It's going to be really like difficult to call and blah blah blah.
Yep.
And then Boomy comes in with the Rayman, completely catching them off guard and just looking so good together, the two of them, which is really not what we were expecting, in all honesty. Both away from their usual partners, and they've really impressed this weekend, I suppose, you know, across the course of the 2 days.
I'm just shocked at that. Anyways, with that, Simba and Santi do get the second place, and Faison and Remy look comfortably in that third place with their double random picks. Once again, congratulations to Cody Travis and Boomy for winning that. That was Brawl at the Beach NA. It has been a pleasure, Scriv. And honestly, I have no idea what I just witnessed.
Yeah, it's been a pretty crazy one. Either way, that's going to be it from us. Thanks very much for watching, boys. We'll catch you in the next one.